We're mobile. Take Fox Sports 1350 with you using iHeartRadio. KTDD Riverside, San Bernardino. Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM.
Now live from Etiwanda High School located in Rancho Cucamonga, it's Coach B.
Andy Turner with Fox Sports 1350, High School Game of the Week.
And we are live from Etiwanda Eagles Stadium, like you just heard on the introduction, located on the campus of Etiwanda High School in the city of Rancho Cucamonga. It's Brian, Coach B. Arrington, with my co-host, Eddie Eternal Talbert. Well, this is the Fox 1350 High School Game of the Week. So, Eternal, I'm excited about this because they're out doing the coin toss. While we get a second before the game starts, I know you had a chance to talk to both Coach Davis and Coach Pierce. Tell us some of the notes that you have, like what are the keys to the game tonight?
Well, Coach B, obviously we're starting off the baseline league. This is an exciting time.
This is when the real season starts.
This is it right here. And one of the things Coach Davis expressed to me, didn't matter at all if they came in to the baseline league 5-0 or 0-5. Today is a very big game. It's a deciding game. They're going to come in with Hamill at quarterback. He really feels he's going to be able to create space on the offensive end and add an extra dimension. Defensively, they really want to make sure that they stop this wing T that Los Osos run. 70-30, they run the ball a lot. So
that's a lot. That is a lot of runs. So on the game, as we said, and you know we follow a lot of the social media and we follow a lot of the Twitter. And like you said, Etiwanda has had a rough start to the season. 1-4. A couple of games they certainly could have won. But like Coach Davis said on his text, it's 0-0 now because now these are the games that are important, and these are the games that count, and these are the games that will get you into the postseason. And it looks like Etiwanda is lined up where they are going to return the kick. So it looks like Los Osos won the toss and they deferred out there.
Yes, which means obviously they'll be returning at the end of the half. But as you were alluding to, Coach Davis said, hey, you know, he put his team in the heat of the fire, but he feels like there's not much they're not going to be prepared for. I mean, when you see Centennial, Santiago, Reyes, you see a lot of football. You see a lot of different dynamics of football. So these kids are not going to be surprised by much, and he really feels they had a great week of practice. He said the kids are fired up. They got a great attitude about tonight's game.
And they're getting ready to kick off. Like we said, Etiwanda comes into this game, first game in Baseline League 1-4, and Los Osos comes in 3-2. Los Osos kicks it off. They kick it deep. A little shortcut kick. Actually, they get the ball at the 25, and it looks like that's number, I can't see the number, so they got the ball with the 38, so they got the ball at about the 25-yard line. So they're going to start off the game with some decent field position. And when you look at that, it looks like Los Osos kind of pooch punted that. So it did some gamesmanship already on the first play.
Indeed. And so right now, what I didn't get a chance to talk about was a big part of the load you're going to see tonight, per Coach Davis, is the standout running back who he said he's really excited about because now this kid starts to get some eyeballs. You and I know about the kid. We saw him last year. Unfortunately had an injury, so he sat out a lot, but he really feels he's going to be a big dynamic to this baseline league run.
And that's Coach, that is Starks. So in the backfield, to start the game off, you have Hamill and Starks in the backfield. They send number 20 in motion, and Hamill, that jet sweep, he hands it off. There's 5 yards. There is 7 yards right on the first play, right off the bat. Hands it off to number 20, and that's Khalil Jackson.
And as you mentioned, he came around on the jet sweep. Great block on the outside that allowed him to get past that outside linebacker and get up the field for at least about a good 5 yards.
It looks like they spotted him at about 6. So you look at 5. You're right. 2nd and 5. The ball is now at the about the 36-37. Hamill, quick little pop to number 16. He slipped on that play. That was number 16. That was Dalen Wilson. He's only a sophomore wide receiver.
And he didn't really get a lot of yards on that, Coach B, but still, that's, as you mentioned, as we talked about at the top of the show, why is Hamill in there? To create space. And that's what they want to do. They want to open them up and create some other options for the offense.
So now you're looking at 3rd and 5. The ball is spotted at the 32-yard line. Hamill's in the shotgun. Hands the ball off to number 21. That is Lawrence Starks. And you can always tell Starks, like, how can you always tell it's 21 Starks?
It's tennis shoes. The kid has taste. He's fired up. He always comes in with a different face paint. But one thing I have to say about this, again, Starks, he's coming into this game, Coach B, averaging 6 yards per carry. So it's important that he gets the ball early and often.
So you need a first down, give it to Mr. Dependable, and they throw it out to Starks coming out of the backfield. Los Osos came up and stopped him, but like we said on the last play, you needed that first down, give it to Mr. Dependable. Yes. Lawrence Starks gave them the first down. So on that first down play, it looks like it was just a little bubble screen to the back in the backfield, and Los Osos is ready. They stopped him for no gain.
Hey, they got kids out there, and that's one thing that Coach Davis did mention at the beginning of the game. They got guys.
So Hamill's in the shotgun, 10 minutes and 41 seconds to go in the first quarter. Score is 0-0. They give it to Starks, and they are really loading up that box on Starks. And look at this. This kid just carried him about 6 or 7 lines, and you couldn't have said it better. Good Lord. Lawrence Starks was stopped in the backfield, and he carried an entire defensive line for Los Osos for about 5-6 yards.
It looks like he came out the helmet, so you know what that means.
Got to come out.
Got to come out. So, but again, the kid is a load to bring down. He runs with a sense of urgency, and he runs with a sense of purpose, and the line just really likes to block for him.
3rd and 3, they're almost at midfield. The ball is spotted at about the 45-yard line, and Hamill pitches it off to number 20. Number 20, he picks up, there's that 5 yards. He picks up 10 yards on that play, and then number 20 is Khalil Jackson.
And Khalil Jackson, Coach B, he's only a junior, but what I like about him, he's small, so you don't get a chance to see him until it's too late. And by the time you see him, he's all on you, and he has real good feet. So that's a great addition and another added dimension when you have a power back like Starks with speed.
And Khalil was so fast he ran out of his shoes. So now with 1st and 10, the ball is now on the north side of the field. So now they're in Los Osos territory, and Hamill sets up and hits number 80 on that play.
And Coach B, that's going to be Zachary Bitterman, another junior, a kid I think should get the ball. We've seen him. He has good size, good hands. And Hamill is a capable quarterback and getting him the ball.
As we said, you're listening to Fox Sports 1350 High School Game of the Week with Coach B and the Turner. We're here live from Rancho Cucamonga at the Etiwanda Eagles Stadium on the campus of Etiwanda High School. Etiwanda is the home team, and they're taking on the visiting crosstown rivals, the Los Osos Grizzlies. Hamill's in the shotgun. The ball is now at about the 35-yard line. He hands the ball off to looks like that's number 5 or 6, and it was 1st and 10. He picked up about 8 yards on that play.
And that's going to be Jacob Hillstock, a junior, comes in to spell for Starks and got some good yards. As
and
you mentioned,
here comes Starks.
Yeah, here comes Starks. But again, anytime you get 7 yards on a run, hey, that's what you want. Exactly.
2nd and 3, the ball now is on Los Osos' 28-yard line. Hamill's in the shotgun. He hands the ball off to Mr. Dependable. There's Starks. There's 5 yards. There's 10 yards. And that was a powerful, vicious tackle by number 11 of McKeely.
That's going to be Almani Bishop. He's a senior for Los Osos with a big tackle.
Right.
But again, a really good run by Starks, getting outside with a really good run to the inside. And again, that's what you want. Easy first down.
Correct. So now you're looking at 1st and 10. The ball is at about the 19.
Oh, what a move.
That was Starks. You can tell by the shoes. And Starks picks up about 8 yards.
His ability, Coach B, to make moves inside, what we call the terror dome inside those big men and find holes is something special. And he looks like he came out the shoes, Coach B. When I saw him in pregame, he had on the white ones. He got on the Cinderellas now.
So 2nd and 2, and there's Starks. There's 5 yards. There's 10, and he's just dragging people. He is vicious with that run. So now you're looking at 1st and goal. The ball is going to be at about the 6-yard line.
And, Coach B, what we talked about last time we had a home game here for the Etiwanda Eagles here live at Eagle Stadium, we talked about making short-distance 3rd downs. That's going to be the key for Etiwanda today.
And Hamill's in the shotgun. He and Starks are in the backfield. He has 3 receivers to his right, none to his left. Hamill has commanded this offense. Hands the ball off. Keeps it this time. He faces the Starks, but Los Osos was ready. They couldn't get him down. It looks like he was going to get away, but they caught him.
And it looks like he lost maybe about 4 yards, 3 yards, the way they're counting it there, on that play.
So with 7 minutes and 30 seconds to go, it's going to be 2nd and a few. 2nd and goal, but now it's going to be, the ball is now going to be spotted at the 10. So Los Osos is in the defensive side. Etiwanda is on offense, and Etiwanda is going north on your radio dial. Hamill's in the backfield. He has a man. Quick slant. He hits his guy.
Touchdown.
And that was a touchdown. Good call right there. And that was a number 16.
And that's going to be, it looks like, that's 16. Okay, yeah. That's going to be Dalen Wilson, a sophomore wide receiver, Coach B, with a lot of size. And again, anytime, what a really good run to get inside that corner And on top of that, linebacker and a great throw by Hamill.
Coach Davis has got to be excited. The cupboards will not be bare. I know he has a lot of seniors this year for the team, and I know that he's excited about what's coming up. And on your radio dial, just so you know, Etiwanda has on their home uniforms, which are the black jerseys and pants with the gold letters trimmed in red. Los Osos has the clean all-white jerseys. This is the first time I've seen these jerseys with Los Osos. They're all-white jerseys and pants, and I love that LO on their helmet.
And we got to make sure we recognize today, being the first game for Etiwanda for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Today, it's a pink out for the Etiwanda Eagles home faithful. So everybody's decked out in pink. Also, we learned during the course of our radio show, excuse me, is that the youngsters, the young cheerleaders are here. I can't remember what their names are. But
the future Eagles, yes.
The future Eagles are here. So they're here with the varsity cheer. And it looks really, really great to kind of see the young ladies kind of intertwining today. So it's a really great game.
Right, and like you say, breast cancer is near and dear to my family's heart. My wife's grandmother passed away from breast cancer, so I know it's something that's very important, and I commend them for doing this and making it an annual thing. It started off at the NBA level, worked its way down to college, and now you see it in the high school. And you even see youth programs do it now as well. So with 7 minutes and 7 seconds to go, the extra point was good. Etiwanda leads in the first quarter a score of 7-0, and now they're getting ready to kick off the ball. And Los Osos is deep, and they're ready to return. So let's see what Los Osos can do. First time getting the ball tonight.
Exactly. And as I mentioned to you, Coach B,
another pooch punt.
Yeah. And you know me, I'm not a huge fan of those.
And it looks like that was a linebacker or something that got that ball. He came up with bad intentions when he came up to hit that. It looks like I didn't get the number because it was a short. It looks like it was number. I would say 24.
That's 24.
24.
Michael Sabbath. And one thing that you do get with those pooch kicks, it really depends on how the other team prepares for it, is you get that into the hands of people who normally aren't used to handling football.
Gamemanship.
Exactly.
Correct. And we saw that a lot last time we were here when Etiwanda played their last game.
Yes, indeed.
And now you see they have this interesting offense. You said it was the
wing tee.
The wing tee.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen that in a while. He pitches it off to number 6, and number 6 is going to be Jaron Kondo. It looks like he picked up about, I'd say, 2 or 3 yards.
Yeah, and this is going to be, but again, when I mentioned to you that Etiwanda is very well prepared for this, you know, they saw a misdirection offense from Rev, so these kids are ready for this.
Absolutely. So their quarterback is set up, and their quarterback
that's going to be,
start.
Well, no, that's going to be a neutral zone infraction.
Encroachment. Number 10 is going to be their quarterback, Brett Carbarol. And let's see, it was good call. That was on Etiwanda. And in the high school game, for safety purposes, once you get in that neutral zone, you can't get back. And you know, in the NFL, you can get back, but not at the high school level.
Right.
So number 10, once again, Brett Carbarol comes out.
And equally as important, what Etiwanda doesn't want to do on defense is give up third and short as well. So they want to keep them at third and long if at all possible.
So now you're looking at 2nd and 1, and they pitch it off once again. Oh, wow. Look at that defensive line. It depends on the spot. It looks like they're going to give him the first, but that's Jared Kondo.
What I see out of number 9.
Jaron Kondo.
And, again, that's going to be Jerome Wilson for Etiwanda on the tackle. But Coach Davis spoke highly of this kid, 4.0 young man. And I really like the way he held up on that end right there. And, again, these are defensive tackles coming in on that sweep.
So Brett Carbarol, once again, he comes up to the line of scrimmage. It's 1st and 10. The ball is at their own 40-yard line. They're in that wing, which it has a lot of players bunched up. You only have one receiver out. So what it does is it really gives you some max protection for the run and the pass. So they hand it off to number 35. Oh, what a play. He could go 5 yards, 10 yards. He could go. They catch him. Then on that play, that's going to be number 5. That's going to be Kyle Jorgensen.
And what I say about the wing tee, Coach B, in terms of and protection of pass.
Oh, there's a flag on the play.
Oh, yeah, it might be holding.
That could be. But and like you said, it's one of those things where it's a lot of misdirection, and it looks like that is going to be on the Grizzlies. But I know Coach Pierce can't like that because that was a play that picked up a good 30 yards. But on the flip side, the holding could have been what sprung the play.
Well, and like I was alluding to, what happens in that wing tee, it gives you so many options to run. You don't know if the quarterback is going to do it. Everybody's in close quarters, so you have to really watch the football, and everybody has to really play a man. So that's what, and then you have to really watch that lineman. And that's another thing that you're taught is really watch the lineman, watch the flow of traffic.
So now it looks like it's going to be 1st and 10 again, and the ball now, it looks the quarterback faked, the quarterback held it, the ball was at the 40, and it looks like he picked up maybe a yard or two. So now you're looking at 2nd and 8 with 5 minutes and 9 seconds to go in the first quarter. Etiwanda leads the visiting Los Osos Grizzlies a score of 7-0.
This is a big down right here.
Indeed.
As I was talking about, you want to stop them here to create a 3rd and long.
So 2nd and 8, so they're going up. First pass, and he hits him. He hits his man, number 11, and that's going to be Amani Bishop, a senior receiver and free safety. Looks like he was short of the first down, so you look like it's going to be 3rd and about, I'd say, 3.
And Almani Bishop, Coach B, is a big kid, and he comes out there, he creates a big target for the quarterback, and you can see that Oso's quarterback, who's the quarterback? Brett, Cabral is a capable passer, Coach B.
And now you're looking at 3rd and 2, and they hand the ball off. And Etiwanda stopped him. About 5 Eagles stopped him on that play.
I like what I see out of Etiwanda. They're stopping up, and they're holding up the linemen, which is what you want to do on those run plays, not allow them to get away, so that way they can't bump off you and go block somebody else. But they were doing a really good job of playing stout defense up front.
Right? Indeed. What a play. So now it's a decision time. So you're looking at 4th and 2, and it looks like Los Osos has decided that they're going to punt on this down.
Yeah, and this is a field position move right here, because if Etiwanda doesn't get a return here, they could potentially
pin them deep.
Exactly.
So with 3 minutes and 35 seconds to go in the first quarter, Los Osos with their first punt, and it looks like he's going to he's going to field it. That's number 16.
And he ran backwards.
So that's number 16, and that's going to be Dalen Wilson, and that's a young move. Just go ahead and fair catch that young man. And while we have a break in the action, while we have them changing the offense coming out, Etiwanda Eagles football wants to thank their sponsors, Far West Contractors, full-service contracting firms located in Santa Ana, Independent Iron, located in San Bernardino, been in business for over 12 years with 30 years of experience in the structural steel industry. Army National Guard, 130-plus jobs, one mission. The Poke Spot, Eat, Drink, Live Healthy, located at 8998 East Foothill Boulevard in Rancho Cucamonga. Tough Shed, Ontario, solving backyard and business needs since 1981. Let's get back to action. Once again, Hamill's coming out. He and Starks. I can see those shoes from all the way up here with 3 minutes and 25 seconds to go. Hamill fakes the pass. He's going deep. He's got a man. Oh, what a catch by number 80.
And that was 88, it looks like, Coach B. And
he held on the ball. He took a shot.
That is number 80. Good call on that, Coach B. And, again, that's going to be
Zachary Bitterman.
Mr. Bitterman, look, there's 2 targets that I really think that they should really look for. This kid, when we called the game against Corona Santiago, they were really ready to go on that.
That was about a 30-yard reception. So now you're looking at 1st and 10. The ball's at the 30. And there it goes to Mr. Dependable Lawrence Starks. Lawrence Starks picks up 5 yards. Lawrence Starks picks up about 7-8 yards on that play. And then also Etiwanda Eagles Football Boosters wants to thank Patterson Realty Group, a part of Nationwide Real Estate Executives. Call Steve Patterson at 909-904-3090. And The Hat, world-famous pastrami since 1951. Located in the greater L.A. area, Rancho Cucamonga, Upland, and now Murrieta. So now we're looking at 2nd and 4 with 2 minutes and 41 seconds to go in the first quarter. You have Starks out there, and you have Hamill out there.
Yeah, and it looks like they're in the spread right now, Coach B, with really good running inside.
Hands it off to Mr. Dependable. Lawrence Starks goes ahead and gets that first. One of the biggest misconceptions that people think is when they see the spread offense, they think it's a pass offense. It is not. It is a run offense.
And I really noticed that when I got a chance, especially at the high school level, when I saw Centennial a few years back, when they really started out with Trey Watts and really starting to open up those gaps, and it really it makes it really tough to defend the run.
If you listen to the offense, it's called spread because you want to spread out the defense.
Exactly.
So with 2 minutes and 18 seconds to go, hands the ball off. Oh, that looks like a nasty face man there. That may be a 15-yard variety.
Okay, I do see a flag. I was wondering what a flag was.
I saw it.
Well, and Coach B, what we're seeing here is, like they say, men lie, women lie, numbers don't. As we mentioned, coming into the game, Starks is averaging 6 yards per carry, 149 yards per game. I mean, it is no wonder why Coach Davis wants to make sure you feed this young man the ball and get him as many opportunities to cause a lot of trouble for the opposite team.
That's what we call him, Mr. Dependable. You need a first down, give it to Mr. Dependable.
Indeed.
With 2 minutes and 11 seconds to go, Etiwanda, that was a 15-yard variety. So Etiwanda now has the ball. They are now on the north side of the 50, and they are in Los Osos territory. It's 1st and 10 from about the 39-yard line. Once again, Hamill and Starks are in the backfield. Has 2 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. Hamill's going up. He put it up in the air. He's got a man. He's got him. He just missed him. He just missed him, and he looked like he was targeting number 11 on that play. And number 11 is going to be
Malachi Williams. And, Coach B, what I like about that on the outside, that really creates a problem for the defense because they're so concerned about stopping the run right now. And then when you throw a deep pass like that, it really makes the defense start to wonder what's going on here, and they can't put so many kids in the box.
And Malachi's a junior, so they have some talent coming up. 2 minutes to go. Hamill's in the backfield, hands it off to Starks, and they get Starks. You can see now they're loading that box, and they're making an effort to say, if you're going to beat us, you're going to beat us with something other than Starks.
Which is why I like what Coach Davis did on 2nd down. Throw the ball up top, try to create a little space. I can see him now trying to do something with Hamill where maybe he runs the football, kind of gets to the outside a little bit in the spread.
So now you have 3rd and 10 on that play. They did stop Starks. The ball's on the 39-yard line. Starks and Hamill are in the backfield. And Hamill's kind of known as a running quarterback. So he fakes the handoff, and he's going he pops it out to a receiver. Here's 5 yards, 10 yards. He is going to crawl into that end zone, and that is going to be a touchdown for Etiwanda. And it looks like that's number 88.
And it looks like it's number. And what a great, that's number 80, Coach. But that is number 88.
And that's going to be Justin Rodriguez. What a play. That was a 39-yard touchdown.
A bootleg, Coach, a naked bootleg, actually, on the outside, Coach B. Tight end was wide open. What I really like about that, the Eagles, great blocking upfield, which really allowed them to go into the end zone, walk into the end zone untouched.
And the thing is, the DN was there. But Hamill, as I said before that play started, he's known as the running quarterback, so he is very mobile.
And like we said, Coach B, again, what Coach Davis emphatically mentioned is that this is what Hamill can do for you.
Mm-hmm.
He can create another dimension for you, another addition to the offense that you have to really be concerned about, especially when you have Stark running the football so strong for the Eagles.
So it looks like there was an encroachment penalty on the extra point by the Los Osos Grizzlies. And once again, Etiwanda now is going north on your radio dial. They're going to go ahead and kick the extra point with 1 minute, 21 seconds to go. The score now temporarily is 13-0, and the extra point is being attempted now. And the extra point is up, and that extra point is good. So for Etiwanda, we want to give him some love. That's going to be Vicente Garcia. He's a sophomore kicker and punter.
This has to feel really good for Coach Davis and the coaching staff, really to come out here, work the game plan, get on top of the Los Osos Grizzlies by 14 points. And again, this is something that's again new for them outside of that first game that they won. So I know he's really excited about that. Coming first game in Baseline League, you know, you're starting out the first quarter and you had a 14-point lead. That's something I know the Eagles are excited about this.
Right. So now we're looking at 1 minute, 21 seconds to go, score 14-0. Etiwanda is on top of the visiting Los Osos Grizzlies. And like we said, this school is a stone throw away from each other. It's funny, you know, I have a kid that goes to they go to Etiwanda, and in the summer when my son was running track, the funny thing is they used to actually run from Etiwanda to Los Osos.
Wow.
So that shows you how close they are to one another.
And that is so different from, you know, when we grew up, that schools that close, that capacitated. You know, they have a lot of, that just shows you how much the Inland Empire is growing.
Right, so 1 minute, 21 seconds, another pooch punt, and that goes once again to number 24. And they are laying the wood out there today. So number 24 gets that, and that's going to be Michael Sabbath. He gets it. He's not scared to run, though.
He's not. And again, the more and more I see this, as you mentioned, I think what Coach Davis is really just killing the potential of a long run on the kickoff. But at this point, the Eagles' defense is really playing good. They're keeping Los Osos in check. And I think, again, I'd have to really attribute this to all the different offenses that they've seen. They're not surprised by this at all.
Right. And as we look at the hot game of the night, 0-0 Upland and Rancho Cucamonga. No score there yet. We'll keep you posted on that. And at halftime when we do the show, we'll give you the scores. So 1 minute and 16 seconds to go, Los Osos sets up their balls at about the 30-yard line. And the quarterback, what a great play. That was a great play. Nice little pitch to number 7, and he picked up about 30 yards on that play. And number 7 is going to be
that's Dante Staten, and Dante Staten Jr.
Let him know.
A junior, and he is actually a junior in high school. But again, now what we're going to see is the Osos Grizzlies, are going to now have to play with a sense of urgency. So they're going to have to probably pass on that wing T offense.
So 1st and 10, the ball is at the 50-yard line. Hands it off to number 35. What a play. Great play by number 35. He picked up a few yards, and that's going to be Kyle Jorgensen. Nice little run. It looks like he picked up, it was a tough run. Looks like he picked up about 3 yards on 1st down. So with 41 seconds to go, we're almost done with the first quarter. Etiwanda once again leads the score of 14-0 over the visiting Los Osos Grizzlies.
And I really like what I'm seeing out of the Eagles defense tonight. Really, really playing good up front, not allowing a lot to happen. So this is exciting.
So we're looking at about 2nd and 8, handoff right up the gut. Nice little run there.
My goodness.
But I'll tell you this right now. On that play, it looks like he got back about to the line of scrimmage. But if you saw that with the quarterback, he ran a fake, and he had a wide open field if he comes back with that naked bootleg.
Oh, there's no question about that. So you already know right now what they're doing is they're setting it up, which is why I'm sure the Coach Davis-led coaching staff is talking to him right now saying, watch out for that quarterback.
Indeed, indeed. So now it's a timeout on the field. No, I'm sorry. That was the end of the first quarter.
A couple players to watch on defense for the Eagles. Number 54, Henderson, leads the Eagles with 52 total tackles. Right behind him is number 48, Ramos. And then also one of the kids that you just see all over the field for them, Shells Price, number 22 for the Eagles. These kids play a great deal of, I'm talking about really up-tempo football for the Eagles to do a really good job at holding the offense at bay.
And as we said, that the hot game of the night, Rancho Cucamonga Cougars and Upland 0-0. That's going to be that
could be the final score.
Right.
Literally. I mean, you know, it's half the city over there, but we still have a great game tonight. This is really good. We're excited about this game. I mean, Baseline League is, it's fired up right now, Coach B.
Yes, it is. So now we're going into the second quarter. So now instead of going south on your radio dial, the Los Osos Grizzlies, they switch fields, and now they're going to be going north on your radio dial. Once again, they are the visitors here at the Etiwanda Eagles Stadium, located on the campus of Etiwanda. And Los Osos has their white jerseys in, trimmed in blue. Those are some really nice jerseys. They look really clean. I like that. The white helmet.
You said UCLA, right?
They used to look just like the Bruins. They don't anymore, but they used to look just like the Bruins. So third and 7, and number 10 once again is their court. Oh, nice little play. That was a great play. Oh, they almost talked about he got away. Carberall hit number 7, and that's going to be Dante. And what a nice play. It was 3rd and 8. They needed 8 yards, and they went ahead and got about 16. So that is something Los Osos has got to be happy about.
They ran that play a couple of different times to number 7, Dante Stat Jr. Basically, he's running just a drag pattern across the field, and the quarterback is finding him.
Yes, he is. So now it's 1st and 10. Hands the ball off.
What a play.
That is, I tell you, this defensive line has come to play.
And they read that play from the onset, Coach B. I want to see who that was at the tackle.
It looked like number 9 out there, looking like a reincarnation of Nate Neal.
It looks like that's number 42 on the outside for the Eagles. And that's going to be Nick Schultz.
Nick Schultz, yes.
Yeah, Nick Schultz really read that early. And when you're coming from the defensive end, you can make a tackle like that. You saw something. You've been looking at the film.
Yes, so now you're looking at 2nd and 11. It looked like they lost about a yard on that play. 11 minutes and 2 seconds to go, second quarter. Here with Los Osos, they have the ball. They're at Etiwanda's 40, and the quarterback's in trouble. He's the pressure. He rolls out. He got to get rid of that ball. Got to do something with it, young man. And he keeps the ball. And what a great play! His knee wasn't down, and he just crawled and picked up about 4 yards on that play. Smart, heady play.
Well, Coach B, what I like about that is the fact he couldn't pass means there was good defense in the secondary, which means he had to hold on to the ball. So that was close to a cover sack.
Correct. Etiwanda's defense is playing. So they've picked up about 4 or 5 yards on that play. So now you're looking at 3rd and 8. The ball is spotted at about the 32-yard line with 10 minutes and 23 seconds to go for Los Osos. And Carbarral is in the back. He's dropping back. He's looking up top. And this is a play. And once again, he hit number 7, Dante Staton. And that play has worked for them all night long. If it isn't broke, then don't try to fix it.
Well, again, they're running that drag route. So what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to jam them at the line of scrimmage, and then they're going to have to either do one or two things. The linebacker is going to have to send somebody with them, or somebody, they're going to have to get a safety to really go out, or a nickelback to really kind of walk with him.
It's decision time. They already made the decision. 4th and 3, the ball's at the 27-yard line.
Big.
And they're kind of in that no-man zone. You don't punt it. You can't punt it. You don't do the field goal. So I'm with Coach Pierce. You go for it on this play.
Oh,
and
right.
He gets it. He needed 3, and he picked up about 7.
Well, at this point, Coach B, you got to go for it.
And that was number 35, and that's going to be Kyle Jorgensen. And I like this young man.
Oh, yeah, no, I really like what he's doing. He got some stuff, good feet. But again, he's a shorter back, so he was able to hide behind the lineman and get up the field for about 5 or 6 yards.
Yeah, Kyle is playing. He came to play. He is a senior outside linebacker and running back. And Carbarral is in the backfield. He's under center. Hands it off once again to number 35, Kyle. And Kyle looks like he picked up about 4 or 5 yards on that play. I really like that back. He's a nice back with 9 minutes and 6 seconds to go. Los Osos, the first time they're really threatening.
Yeah, it looks like what I like about that back, Coach B, is he has a really good setup. He's able to set the blocks up well, which means he's patient, and he knows how to accelerate when he sees the gap.
So 2nd and 5. So you're looking at 8 minutes and 48 seconds to go, and Los Osos is in business. Hands it off once again to their running back, number 31, and he picks up. He will not be stopped. Kyle Jorgensen picks up. I'd say he got the first down, so it's going to be 1st and goal. And Kyle picked up. I'd say he picked up about 7, 8 yards on that play.
And what they're doing, Coach B, is they're creating some motion. So they're putting people in motion, which is taking an Eagle player out of the area where the run's going, and it's creating some problems for the Eagle defense.
And that's one thing about Coach Pierce. He was a guy that was at Carter for 7 years. He's got experience. And you see he's made some adjustments with 8 minutes and 39 seconds to go, 1st and goal for Los Osos, and they go up the middle. You may not want to go up the middle.
And my goodness, that was number 55 for the Etiwanda Eagles on the tackle. That's going to be Steve Watson.
I tell you right now, if these Etiwanda players
I'm sorry about that. You said Survey Watson. Excuse me.
I tell you right now, if these Etiwanda players don't have a future in football, they can go work at Home Depot because they're bringing the wood tonight.
Yes, they are, brother.
So with 8 minutes and 27 seconds to go, score 14-0. Etiwanda is up, but Los Osos is in business. They're threatening. And they nice little play. Oh, my goodness. So number 35 was the attempt at Jorgensen. He would have crawled in the end zone on 3rd. It was 2nd and goal. So now it's going to be 3rd and goal. The ball is at about the 7-yard line.
There's a lot you can do out of that wing T, Coach B, when the run is working.
I'll ask you this. Is this 4-down territory?
No question. You're down 14 points, Coach B. Again, right now there's 8 minutes left to go in the 2nd quarter. You don't want to go into halftime. A field goal is good here. And, again, I don't really question it. But right now the way the football game is going, really low scoring.
So I wouldn't be surprised you saw a run here.
I think so, too.
With 8 minutes and 19 seconds to go. And there it is. It's the pitch to number 7. If he gets to that edge, he's got it. He's almost there. Number 7 for Los Osos, and that's going to be Dante Staton. And he got about 6 or 7 yards on that play. He was reaching out. He was there. So now you're looking at 4th down, and it's going to be a few. So on this play, you got to go for it.
That's Dante Staton Jr., Coach B. Normally plays at the wideout, but they brought him around. Hey, Coach B, what do they say? Get the football into your athlete's hands and let them do some work for you. And that's exactly what they did there.
Indeed. So 4th and goal from the 1-yard line. They got all the men. They got that power football. Let's see what they're going to do. And they pitch it out.
Oh, what a really great run. Number 35.
Number 35, and that's going to be Kyle Jorgensen. And he gets in. And Los Osos is a feel-good story. Last year, Los Osos went 1-9.
Right.
Coach Pierce comes in, takes over the team, and the team's already 3-2.
Guaranteed. Well, you can definitely see there's a culture change. And when I spoke to Coach Davis, he said they have history. Back when our Los Osos coach was at Carter and Coach Davis was at Colony, So he said these guys go way back. They're very familiar with each other. This is going to be a heck of a game tonight.
Right. It's funny how these stories are intertwined with one another.
Oh, yeah.
So Los Osos is going up for the extra point, and number 12 is going to kick that, and it's up and good. And that's Hannah Muffin.
I was just about to say, that looks like a young lady out there. I see a ponytail, and it wasn't Clay Matthews.
There you go. I remember when I had good hair like that, too. But those were the days. So with 7 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the second quarter, the score is now 14-7, Los Osos. And you can see Coach Pierce has made some adjustments.
No question about it, Coach B. And, again, as you know, being a former coach, it really is all about how you make adjustments. And, again, adjustments within your offense. You don't want to go out there and start doing stuff you didn't practice, but just making some adjustments within the offense, within the flow of the offense that you have been practicing all week.
And we'll see what Los Osos defensive coordinator Tom Martinez, let's see what he can bring. Can he bring a stop out there? We'll see. I know they've made the adjustments on offense, and we'll see if Coach Martinez for Los Osos can make some adjustments on defense.
I tell you what I would do now, if I'm Coach Davis, which I'm not, and which is why he's getting paid. But I'd work that clock as much as possible. I'd make it very, very difficult for the Grizzlies to maintain the football here in the second half. And you can do that with a running back like Stark.
Right. And I know that Coach Cuthbert from Etiwanda, I know he'll make some adjustments and he'll make some changes as well. And, you know, Coach Davis is the offensive coordinator for Etiwanda. And then there's another pooch punt, and smartly he takes a knee. That means he wanted no part of that. That was number 88, it looks like, who took the knee for Etiwanda. And 88 is going to be Justin Rodriguez.
And sometimes, Coach B, you really want to take it. Again, if you're not a guy that handles the football like that, and you got to, because again, when you catch the ball on a pooch kick, you got a lot of people coming at you fast. So sometimes it's just best to take a knee instead of mishandling the football.
Indeed, indeed.
Really great night tonight. If you guys haven't got a chance to visit Eagles Stadium, you guys are missing out. This is a great treat. I mean, you get a chance. I mean, we're looking at the 15 freeway here. I mean, it's at least 85 degrees tonight, Coach B. I told you to bring a sweater just in case. My goodness, we had to pack that up, brother.
So now Etiwanda's 1st and 10. They have their ball at their 30-yard at their own 30-yard line. Hands it off. Oh, that was a bobble there, and that's the number 20. If he can get to the outside, let's see what he can get to. It doesn't get very far for Etiwanda. Number 20 is going to be Khalil Jackson, and it looks like Khalil may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage.
Coach B, I can tell you what I like about that. Starks, and I mean Lawrence Starks, team captain, 2-year team captain, Lawrence Starks. He came out there and, I mean, this is what you want to do. You want to block all the way up. He blocked the linebacker and bumped off of him and then drove the cornerback about 5 yards up the field. Really good play by Lawrence Stark.
Indeed. So now we're looking at 1st and 10. The ball's at about the 2 or 3 yard line. The ball is about at the, let's see, on that play we picked up about, and that was going to be Hamill who kept it, and it looked like Hamill picked up about 3 or 4 yards. So we're going to be 3rd and 7. The ball is going to be spotted at just north of the 35-yard line.
One of the keys of this game, Coach B, is going to be 3rd down conversion.
So Hamill's in the gun, and he throws a quick little slant, and it was a little miscommunication. It looks like the receiver held up a little bit by there. So now it's going to be 4th down. So let's see. Yep, they're going to come off, and they're going to punt this one.
One thing you have to do with that slant or the drag route, you got to be a bit patient. You got to let that receiver get across the field a little bit, and it looks like Hamill was anticipating him getting across the field, but he threw it just a little too quick.
So with 6 minutes and 32 seconds to go in the second quarter, Etiwanda will have their first punt of the night, leading the score of 14-7 against Los Osos. And it looks like Los Osos and Etiwanda, they're starting to dig in, and they're starting to feel each other out. It's like a boxing term. They want to feel each other out the first few rounds.
Right. But this is huge for the Grizzlies.
And that was a great catch. Good reception. It looks like that he caught it at about the 40-yard line, brought the ball up to about the 44-yard line.
But that's dangerous right there, Coach B, because you almost really want to fair catch that, because you get hit the wrong way, that ball's coming out.
And that was Jaden Sandoval, an outside linebacker and wide receiver, a junior. And, you know, one of the good things, one of the unique things I want to talk about with Etiwanda is, I mean, they have a lot of good history here. Their defensive coordinator is Justin Cuthbert. His brother is Larry Cuthbert III, the quarterback coach. And then their dad is Larry Cuthbert, and he's the freshman defensive coordinator.
I guess what they're talking about on Thanksgiving.
Right, football. So number 35 gets it. They almost had him stopped in the backfield, and he did a sweep out to the outside. and he picked up, it looked like 7 or 8 yards. And even, you know, we love this because every time we do a game, we get the program. And when you look at the program, Justin Cutbirth is still Etiwanda's leading tackler, and Larry Cutbirth is Etiwanda's leading seasonal passer.
Yeah, and again, that's Kyle Jorgensen, Coach B. Really good. I mean, has deceptive speed, especially on the outside, as you were alluding to, Coach B. Really got around that corner.
Second and 5. Sorry about that. I thought you were good on that. So 2nd and 5 on that play. It was a sweep play, and Etiwanda stopped them in the backfield.
Yeah, and that was number 99, Coach B. That's going to be Jefferson Tisdale. As we said, we got to get a chance to reference the late, great Wayman Tisdale, basketball and jazz.
And you know, like we're talking about the two Cutbirth coaches, we got to see where is Coach Davis in the record book for Etiwanda. He was an Eagle as well. We got to say, Coach, where were you at?
Hey, we need to get a high school picture.
Right,
we need to get a throwback.
He looks like he can still go to high school.
Oh, there's no question. No, he's aging well.
So 3rd and 7 for Los Osos. The ball's on their own 47-yard line. And their quarterback is a nice little pitch. Number 35, great block by their receiver. Number 35. Number 35, once again on there. They needed 7 yards. It looks like they got about 12, and that's Kyle Jorgensen. And I like this kid. And on that play, I don't think it wasn't a misassignment. The receiver for Los Osos held that block. That block is what locked him up.
Well, again, somebody has to be guarding the running back regardless. So that's why I was saying that there was a miss. Somebody missed that right there. So you want to make sure you keep, especially this kid, number 35 for the Grizzlies. He can play football.
Touche. So 1st and 10, the ball is now on Etiwanda's 43-yard line, and Los Osos, they're working. There's that play once again to number 7 for Los Osos, and that's going to be Dante Staton, and he's going to have 100 yards before the night's over.
Coach B, he's lining up in the slot position, and he's just doing a simple drag route, roughly about 5 yards on top of that linebacker, and he's wide open every time. They got to work on that one.
2nd and 1, balls at about the 43-yard line for Etiwanda, and Los Osos is knocking at the door. This lets you know their 3-2 record looks like it was legit.
Oh,
so
yeah.
4 minutes and 8 seconds to go in the 2nd quarter, Los Osos is in business. And Carberall is in there. He doesn't see anything. He rolls to his right. If he just holds the ball, he'll get a first down. He keeps it, and he needed a yard, and he picked up about 7. What a heady play by this young man.
And that was number 9 for the Etiwanda Eagles, Jerome Wilson Jr. out there, and he was on an island. He had to make a decision. Still, great decision. You stay with the receiver right there, and you let somebody else take care of that quarterback.
Great play for Carberall. Gets 1st and 10 for Los Osos. 3 minutes and 49 seconds to go. They are playing tonight. And, you know, the thing is, a lot of these kids know each other. So 1st and 10, the ball is on Etiwanda's 28-yard line. And that's misdirection. They hand it off. They go through the middle. And they've had trouble running the ball up the gut.
You know, a testament to the Eagles' defense. You know, and again, we know that they've struggled up front in games in the past, playing against, obviously, top-notch competition. But today, the Eagles, stout, really holding up the Osos line and making it difficult for them to penetrate the line of scrimmage.
And you're listening to Fox Sports 1350 High School Game of the Week with Coach B.
Andy Turner. When it comes to Inland Empire Sports, you know the conversation starts and stops here live on Fox Sports 1350.
So 2nd and 9, they hand it off. They go off tackle to number 35, Jorgensen. And Jorgensen, it was 2nd and 9. It looks like Jorgensen picked up about 5 or 6 on that play.
Coach B, by the end of the game, this kid could have 60 touches.
Right. And I'll say this. Coach Pierce knows what he wants to run. He knows what he wants to do, and he's sticking with it.
Again, yeah, and he's working his personnel. He has the personnel in there. And again, as you were saying, you adjust to the players that you have, and he's clearly done just that.
You never abandon the run.
Indeed.
So you're looking at 3rd and 4. The ball is on Etiwanda's 22-yard line. They spread out a receiver out there. So let's see what we got. Carberall is in under center. He has his every play, his players are adjusting and shifting. So that confuses the defense.
Oh, yeah, too much movement, though.
Too much movement.
Oh, no, we got a timeout. Got a timeout there.
Timeout, yeah. So while we have a timeout in the break in action, the Etiwanda Eagles Football Booster Club wants to thank their sponsors. Far West Contractors, a full-service contracting firm located in Santa Ana. Independent Iron, located in San Bernardino. They've been in business for over 12 years with over 30 years of experience in structural steel industry. Army National Guard, 130-plus jobs, one mission. The Poke Spot, eat, drink, live healthy at 8998 East Foothill Boulevard at Rancho Cucamonga. Tough Shed, Ontario, solving your backyard and business needs since 1981. Patterson Realty Group, a part of the Nationwide Real Estate Executive. Call Steve Patterson at 909-904-3090. And then the Hat, the world-famous pastrami since 1951, located in the greater L.A. area, Rancho Cucamonga, Upland, and now in Murrieta. And also, we have to thank San Bernardino County's 2nd District Supervisor, Janice Rutherford. We needed help to get these games on air and keep them on air. And for the 2nd year in a row, Janice Rutherford stepped up and made sure we had the funding that was needed to keep these games on air.
And I also want to make sure we give a shout-out. Tonight is the first of 2 games for Touchdowns for Cancer. Again, fighting breast cancer awareness. Everybody's the pink out. So we're really excited to be associated with Touchdowns for Cancer.
So 3rd and 4, the ball's on the 22-yard line. Let's see what Los Osos is. This 4-down territory?
Oh, without a doubt.
Jurgensen said, nope, I'm going to get this first down. It was a pitch to the right, and he needed 4 yards. It looks like he picked up about 5. So it's going to be 1st and 10. The ball is going to be spotted just south of the 15-yard line.
And, Coach B, again, they're getting to the outside a little bit. And, again, it's only happened in the second half. The first half, the Eagles had the recipe of shutting down the Grizzlies. However, now what's happening is the Grizzlies are starting to get the run up.
1st and 10, Jurgensen, he is a tough runner. He picked up on that play. Looks like he picked up about 6 or 7 yards. I think they found something they like.
There's no question. Again, when you have the wing T, Coach B, what are you doing? The focus is running the football, creating options for the play-action pass.
And if they can get this, if they can punch this in, you think Etiwanda got the ball first. So Los Osos is going to get the ball to start the second half, and they are chewing up this clock.
There's no question about it, and they're tiring out the Eagles' defense.
With 1 minute and 55 seconds to go. So Los Osos is 2nd and 3rd from the 17-yard lines. Once again, they give it to Jurgensen.
And that was number 22, Coach B. As I mentioned to you, one of the leaders for tackling, Shells Prince, on the outside, one of the outside linebackers for the Eagles defense.
So you're looking at 3rd and 2. The ball is at the 9-yard line for Los Osos. And this has got to be 4-down territory.
No question about it. But, again, the Eagles need to be conscious of that as well and make sure they can create a stop right here because this is needed.
As you said, the defense has got to be getting worn down.
No question.
So you got Carbaugh under center, 3rd and 2 from the 9-yard line with 1 minute and 8 seconds to go. And he rolls out. And let's see if he gets there. He pitches it.
And you don't ever do that.
And it was caught. It was tipped in the end zone, and it was a touchdown. That was a play. Etiwanda was there.
Yes,
Etiwanda could have got it, tipped it up, and it dropped right into Los Osos' hands. And that's a big play because, again, like I said, Los Osos deferred, kicked the ball off. They will get the ball to start the 3rd quarter.
And let me tell you, Coach B, he did the Cardinal sin, throwing across his body. I'm sure the coach for the Grizzlies was closing his eyes and doing a Hail Mary. But Coach Pierce will take it. Oh, yeah, guaranteed. There's no question about that. Took a tip, and what a great play.
And Hannah kicks the ball. It's up, and it is no good this time. So the score will remain 14-3.
And Coach
14-13. I apologize.
In a game like this, they say it's a game of inches, but also it's a game of points, Coach B, and that could prove to be very, very tough for the Grizzlies.
I agree. So now you're looking at Etiwanda will get the ball back with 1 minute and 1 second to go. And Etiwanda came out firing on all cylinders, but you can see Los Osos made some adjustment, and they stalled Etiwanda.
Well, again, one of the things, you don't want to get too high. When the Eagles up 14 points, and we've seen them, have some leads prior, Coach B, and have some challenges late in the game. So here right now, I don't know. Again, Coach B, if you ask me, I think you try to go for it here.
Mm-hmm.
See if you can get some points on it. But obviously, you don't want to get interceptions. But I think you go for it because, again, at the end of the half, 3rd quarter, the Grizzlies are going to have the football.
Yeah, you got to give the ball to Mr. Dependable, Mr. Starks. So we'll see what Los Osos. They've been pooch kicking it, and this time once again they kick the ball short.
That's out of bounds.
And they kick it, and they get it at the 30. It looks like number 48 got it, and he got it to about the 35-yard line. So if that is number 38, that's going to be 48. That's going to be Nathan Ramos.
And again, just like we were saying, the logic behind that, get the ball into hands of young men who aren't really used to handling the football.
Right. But Etiwanda is going to be some decent field position. They're going to have the ball at their own 35-yard line with 57 seconds to go. And like you said, we will see what they can do. And it's interesting, Coach Davis, for the second game in a home game in a row, he's been on the sidelines. We were used to seeing him up here in the booth with us.
And you can clearly see there's been a change. There's no question. There's a change in how the team is orchestrated. There's a change in play calling as well.
So you got Hamill rolling out. He's hitting his receiver.
Oh, what
great
play.
He hit number 16 for Los Osos.
And let's see what they do here, Coach, because the clock has to stop. It's a first down. So let's see if they call a timeout or what. Oh, they got a holding.
Holding on Etiwanda.
And really, that was a great call. It was holding on the outside.
They hit Dalen Wilson, and that play is going to be all for naught.
Yeah.
It was about a 20-yard reception, and that's going to push them back. The thing about that, you replay the first down, but you lose the time on the clock, and you lose 10 yards.
Yeah.
So now it's going to be 1st and 20.
Two things you can't lose here, yards and time.
Indeed. Etiwanda they have to see if they can't get this. Wow, why is that bar so far back? That's
Yeah, that looks like about 20 yards. Well, we got to do some math here. What happened?
Was that a holding call or?
Oh, well, what is that? I'm confused.
I as well.
That's 5, 10. That's 15 yards almost.
Right. So 1st and 25.
Unless it was a clip.
Or was it a personal foul?
I saw a holding being called.
I as well. So on that play, it was a quick pitch out to the receiver, and they picked up maybe 3 yards on that play. So now, and he got out of bounds. So you're looking at second and about 23.
Ooh.
Hamill's in the shotgun. He's going up top. He's got a man. Got a man, and he overthrew him. He had number 82, and he had a step on him for Etiwanda. If he was able to make that was Nico Busquet. He would have walked into the end zone. He had a step.
And Nico was able to get behind the corner, which is, for a defensive back coach, I mean, he is losing his mind right now.
And he's got wheels. Nico runs track for Etiwanda as well, so he showed that track speed off.
Yeah, there it was. Oh, wow, that might be a personal foul.
So you're looking at 3rd and 21, and it was encroachment, and
that might be a personal because he actually hit him, Coach B.
The DN, it looks like they're only going to give him a 5-yard variety on that play.
He hasn't said anything yet.
No, there's just a 5-yard variety on that play.
Interesting.
So you're looking now at 3rd and 16. The ball is on Etiwanda's own 23-yard line with 42 seconds to go. So you have Hamill in the shotgun. He and Starks. And he hands it off to Starks. So let's see what Starks gets. Starks at 5. He's got a spot. And Starks picked up. He picked up he got the first down. So they needed the 16 yards, and there was a flag on the play. And let's see what that call is.
That came in late. That was a late flag, so let's see what happens
and
here.
It looks like the referee is pointing it's going to be on Los Osos, so let's see what that call is. So the good thing about it, that stops the clock.
But I don't know if the pick. Let's see what they got here.
Oh, sidelines?
Oh, the delay. Okay, that's only a warning.
Okay, sideline warning. Okay.
It's only a warning. So the next one will be a delay of game, which will be 5 yards.
So 39 seconds to go. It's going to be 1st and 10. The ball is now going to be at the 45, their own 45-yard line. And let's see what Etiwanda can do. And Hamill, he fumbles the ball. He picks it up. You got to get rid of that ball, young man. He puts it up in the air, and his receiver, and that was an incomplete pass, and he targeted number 8.
Well, and Hamill will learn this. In that play right there, you throw the ball out of bounds, and you live to play another down.
He was targeting Osanda Wuke. And on that play, incomplete pass.
Yeah, but that's one of those plays. You just throw that out of bounds. You got 2 more downs. 3 more downs, actually.
Right.
So you just live to play another down.
28 seconds to go, 2nd and 10. Again, the ball is spotted at Etiwanda's own 45-yard line. They picking up the pace here. An incomplete pass, the clock stops. That is one good thing. He pitches the ball to Starks. And let's see what Starks. Starks cuts back. And Starks gets, it looks like Starks.
He got a first, it looks like.
It looks like he got the first. And the important thing about getting the first down is it stops the clock for the time being.
Yes, it does.
And Etiwanda, it looks like if the clock is right, they should still have some timeout.
Oh, you know what? They almost didn't need to call a timeout because it was an injury timeout.
So now that with that play, it looks like, are they going to give them a first down? I haven't seen a signal yet, so I don't know if that's going to be a first down.
Is it chain or?
The chains have not moved, so it looks like it's still a timeout for Etiwanda.
So they're going to call that a 3rd down?
Yes. So that's a timely timeout for the Etiwanda Eagles with 20 seconds to go in the second quarter.
And they have 2 timeouts remaining here, Coach B. So really good job of Coach Davis holding out on the timeouts. Because even with 20 seconds, you throw a quick pass, timeout, and then you can get your kicker in there.
Indeed. And the way that Mr. Dependable runs the ball, you never know.
Exactly.
He
can break something. He can break something.
Indeed, he can. And that's going to be one of the things we're going to definitely have to see what adjustments are going to be made at the halftime, because you can see Los Osos has clearly made the adjustments.
No question about it. But again, Etiwanda's fighting through this. This here, Coach B, if they can put points on the board, this would be great going into the half.
And this is always a big game when you have a crosstown rival.
No question.
They're both schools from the city of Rancho Cucamonga. They're stone throw away from each other. With 20 seconds to go, Etiwanda's back out in the field. You have Hamill in the shotgun. He's back there with Lawrence Starks with the goal shoe. So it looks like third and about a yard or two with 20 seconds to go. Hands the ball off to Starks, and Starks goes right up the middle. And you wonder,
a timeout, and I'm sure they said, hey, don't call anything. We're not going to – oh, they did call a timeout.
No, did they call a timeout?
Yeah, they called a timeout. Interesting.
Was a timeout on Etiwanda?
There's no question about it.
Okay. So a timeout with Etiwanda. So one timeout left. You got 17 seconds to go. And with this, I'm sure what Coach Davis is probably going to want to do with 17 seconds to go is maybe try to get one more play, see if he can get about 20 yards, and if he can still have a timeout in his back pocket to attempt a field goal.
Yeah, you want to at least get you at least want to get up 10 to 15 yards here, Coach B, and see what can happen.
Right. I would say he needs about 20 because you think if the ball's spotted at the 20, you're kicking it 7 yards back, and then you add 7 yards for the end zone.
It looks like there's some friendly extracurricular activity going on with the cheer, folks.
And it looks like Los Osos cheer and Etiwanda cheer in the youth program is out there as well. So that's good sportsmanship.
Indeed.
So you're looking at 1st and 10 now for Etiwanda with 17 seconds to go. They lead the score of 14-13 over the visiting Los Osos Grizzlies. Hamill's in the shotgun. He has Starks back there. He has 2 receivers to his right, 2 to his left.
And here we go.
Let's see what we got here. And he is throwing. And they're blitzing.
Oh,
what a big pickup by Starks. And let's see, he's got a man.
He had a man through his arm.
He had a man.
I mean, it went right through. What a great pass by Hamill. Excellent pickup block by Lawrence Starks to give him some time. But yeah, that was right through his hand.
Yeah, that was a huge play right there.
Definitely a catchable ball. But again, a great job by Hamill getting to the outside and making something happen.
Indeed. And you know, one thing is Etiwanda is missing their star receiver, Jordan Porter. So now again, it's 2nd and 10, balls at the 41-yard line. Hamill's in the shotgun with Starks. Let's see what they can pull out this time.
And if you catch this, you got to get down immediately.
Right. And Starks, once again, he picks up the blitz, and they're going for it again. And that was another incomplete pass. So now you're going to be with 6 seconds to go. You have to go Hail Mary on this play again because you're too far for a field goal.
To me, what you do is you spread them out again. You allow Lawrence Starks to stay in the backfield for you just to make sure you can block and pick up that blitz. But yeah, you got to make sure you got to throw in the end zone now.
Right. So now it's 3rd and 10 for Los Osos, and the ball is for Etiwanda, and again the ball is spotted at the 41-yard line.
I don't know if you maybe not take a timeout right there, but
and Hamill is going deep, and he's got a man, and they were jockeying down the field, and there was no call on that play. So you're looking at 3rd and 10 on that play. So now it's going to be 4th and 10. So now with 2 seconds to go, Etiwanda will have a shot for one more Hail Mary play. So we will see what they're going to do tonight.
I would call a timeout right here personally. Mm-hmm. I wonder what's going on here, but it looks like they may call it, maybe not.
Yeah. What's your call on this play?
You got to go deep. You want to throw it up. I mean, at this point, you spread out, and there's nobody back there to help on the block. So you spread out, give yourself time.
And they're going, and they're throwing. And this time it looks like they got to him. With 2 seconds to go, that number 45 comes up with a big play, and 45 for Los Osos is going to be Keyshawn Clark. And what a play. And he was playing like another Clark we know.
Yes, exactly. Mr. Kenny Clark for the Packers. And I must say, I am hopeful that they are not victorious this weekend.
So when you look at that play, so with with 15-minute half. Etiwanda, with that missed field goal from Los Osos, Etiwanda is up by 1 point. So you have a final score at the half at the 2 quarters of 14 Etiwanda, 13 for Los Osos. What did you see? What are your key takeaways in that first half?
Well, again, right now, what I'm looking at is they're going to have to figure out a way to stop the Los Osos Grizzlies running back because they are creating problems. Primarily, number 35, Kyle Jorgensen, who's really finding a way to get through the back, running behind the line. And so I'm sure Coach Price of the Grizzlies is excited about the fact that those running backs are making that happen.
Right. And then just to give you a quick recap of the game. So the first person to go on the board was Etiwanda, number 7, Jordan Hamill, who had a 10-yard pass. He completed it to number 16, Dylan Wilson, and that put Etiwanda up a score of 6-0. The extra point was good. And then Etiwanda again went on the board. They went up a score. Hamill once again completed a pass to number 88, Justin Rodriguez. And after that, that was it for Etiwanda. The extra point was good, so Etiwanda went up a score of 14-0. But Los Osos went into the lab, and they made the adjustments. They got right on the board. And there was a number 35, Kyle Jorgensen, put Etiwanda on the board after a 1-yard touchdown run. And then after that, it was followed up by number 17, Joshua Contreras, a 7-yard touchdown pass for Los Osos. So Los Osos made the adjustment.
And then we have to make sure you mention that they missed the field goal. So that's important that we have to make sure especially they missed the extra point. We have to make sure that we missed that because that's how we were ultimately at the halftime score of 14-13.
Right, Joshua Contreras. I apologize. He was a sophomore quarterback that came back to tie that. Well, it would have been a tie, but they missed the extra point. So that can turn out to be huge because I'm sure that both teams are going to go into the halftime and they're going to make the necessary adjustment for the team. So that one extra point could be something that could turn out to be very big.
Yeah, yes, indeed, Coach B. And right now we're starting the halftime activities here at the elaborate high school stadium for the Eagles Stadium. And again, Coach, we can't say enough about this. Touchdowns for cancer. I want to make sure I say that correctly.
Yes, make sure we do justice for it. And one of the good things that we want to talk about,
touchdowns against cancer.
Touchdowns against cancer. There you go. Touchdowns against cancer. And before we go ahead and get into the activities, we want to absolutely thank our sponsors for this night. 2nd District San Bernardino County Supervisor Janice Rutherford has always been huge for us.
I want to make sure we make a mention of this. Friend of the show, what they're doing right now, Coach B, I don't know if you're start us on Twitter. They are recognizing the champion Eagles baseball team from last year.
CIF champion.
Put some respect on the name. We know the coach well, but this is a great opportunity for these kids here. Coach Rohr, a Fontana guy, correct? Right. And this is a great honor for these kids to get recognized and well-deserved as well.
Right. And I know when I walked up, there was a sign down there that said baseball families. So I didn't pay attention to it, so I didn't know what that was.
Hey, let me tell you something. You're supposed to be talking about Homer. Talking about you're the Eagles. You know?
Right.
No, this is really great. This has to really throw a sense of pride into this. The Eagles alumni, the Eagles faithful, to really see that championship pedigree out here. There's the coach right there. They're getting their rings tonight, Coach.
Right. And, I made a mistake. I said Coach Rohr. Coach Rohr was the previous football coach.
I was wondering.
Coach Fernald.
I was about to say, I was wondering which one you're talking about. Look at number 87 for them. That's going to be
football player and baseball player.
Nick Kelsley. Anytime you get a chance to go out there in your football uniform and get your championship ring.
Right.
But, again, they're having a ring ceremony tonight for Eagles baseball. Couldn't be happier for this coach. We talked to him, Coach B, before the season, and I'm sure he can't. Matter of fact, they even had a player, Coach B, to sign a major league contract over the summer. So they're really excited about this baseball team.
And the great thing about what Etiwanda has to love the most about the baseball coach is they stole him from Rancho Cucamonga. So he is a Rancho Cucamonga graduate. And we joked when he had him on the show.
I remember that.
Rancho can't be too happy about you going over to the enemy and winning a CIF champion.
You better beat him.
I agree. I agree. But before we dig into the sponsors, great call on that, to point that out. Mr. Harmiro, the principal, is the master of ceremonies, recognizing the baseball team. So, and some of those kids are graduates, so it's good to see them come back.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm sure our young man that signed the major league contract probably isn't down there.
I was just about to say, I don't know if he's down there. I think the contract may say you got to stay on the field with us right now.
I was going to tell him if he is, tell him I need a loan. So the Etiwanda Eagles football booster program wants to thank their gracious sponsors, Second District Supervisor Janice Rutherford for San Bernardino County. She's always stepped in and helped to get involved with the kids in the youth program. So we thank Supervisor Janice Rutherford. Far West Contractors, a full-service contracting firm located in San Bernardino. Independent Iron located in Santa Ana. Independent Iron located in San Bernardino. They've been in business for over 12 years with 30 years experience in the structural steel industry. The Army National Guard, 130-plus jobs, one mission. And the Poke Spot, Eat, Drink, Live Healthy at 8998 East Foothill Boulevard in Rancho Cucamonga. Tough Shed, Ontario, solving backyard needs and business storage needs since 1981. Patterson Realty Group, a part of Nationwide Real Estate Executives. Steve Patterson, give him a call at 909-904-3090. And then you have The Hat, the world-famous pastrami sandwich since 1951, located in the greater L.A. area, Rancho Cucamonga, Upland, and now in Marietta. And, you know, one good thing that I always think about is I know that we're not yet. We're in October. One funny story. I was talking to a young lady, and she had a thing for Halloween for the Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yes.
And I was like, well, what do you know about that? She was a younger girl, and she said that I said I don't remember what year that movie came out. She said, oh, it came out in 1993, the year I was born. I was like, my word.
Yeah,
that's the year I graduated high school.
My goodness. Just want to make sure, as we always let folks know, if you ever want to get up to the minute scores, and these are high school scores throughout the course of throughout the whole Inland Empire, excuse me, you can go on to iesportsnet.com. It's iesportsnet.com for up to the minute scores.
And I love, another thing I love about October is my youngest, who will be an Eagle next year. This is the month of my youngest Brandon's birthday, so his birthday will be on the 29th. So there are some big games out there. I know the game that everybody wants to talk about and everyone wants to know the scores on, and I'm looking to see if I can find
I'm over your shoulder right now. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on.
Is the Rancho Cucamonga Upland game? And let's see, I don't see.
Wait, nope, that's not it.
I don't see that score yet. We'll find it. We'll definitely find it. We'll get a look at it, but as you look at it, you have Beaumont. They're up 10-0 over Hemet. A Big Bear, great team. They're up 8-7 over Rio Honda. Colony is over Chaffee 21-6.
Then you have Citrus Hill over Tequette, 49-0. You have a tie score, Glendora and the Claremont Wolfpack 0-0. You have Cajon taking the lead, 26-3 over Eisenhower.
But what a quarterback they had.
My goodness.
He was the IE Sportsnet Fox Sports 1350 Player of the Week just recently, and what a player he's become.
And again, you're going to be seeing him next year as well, so he's a guy. Heritage Patriots really taking it to the Lancers, the Lakeside Lancers, 46-0. And then you have Rubidoux Falcons taking on the Pacific Pirates, beating them with a score of 28-12. And then you have Carter Lions really taking up a big game, beating Rev 19-7 at the half. So there's a couple surprises going on here, Coach B. And then you have, let me make sure I get in here. You have the Ayala Bulldogs right now losing to the South Hills Huskies. Alta Loma winning 21-0 over the Ontario Jaguars. You have Rialto Knights beating the Arroyo Valley Hawks 37-6. And then right now the big game everybody's been asking about, Rancho Cucamonga versus Upland. Rancho Cucamonga up 9-7 at the conclusion of the first quarter.
Right.
Which really should be, again, it's going to be up to the building right there, Coach B. My goodness, I can see that game right there being 13-12.
Right, and that's going to be a great game. And they have a quarterback that is a stud as well over there at Upland High School. I know. They got players. They do. They don't rebuild. They reload over at Etiwanda. Etiwanda's they've gotten to that elite status, and two of their guys, Jalen Red and Thomas Graham, they've gone on to the next level. And Thomas Graham was a DB there, and he's starting at Oregon. Yeah. So that just gives you an idea of the level of talent that they're starting to attract over at Rancho Cucamonga. So they've got some great things going over there at Rancho Cucamonga.
Yeah, and one thing I know we didn't get a chance to do this show, I want to make sure we give a big shout-out to the Etiwanda Marching Band. Want to make sure we send our prayers and thoughts out to the folks who were involved in the Las Vegas shooting. Obviously, that was a very terrible tragedy. But, again, we want to make sure we give our thoughts and prayers out to the folks who lost their life and also the folks right now who are recovering from that terrible tragedy.
And, and you never know because one of my classmates, I don't know if it's appropriate to say her name, but one of my classmates, on Facebook connects everything. And one of my classmates, her sister passed away at the Route 91 festival. We went to Downey High School together. So my thoughts and my prayers go out to her and her family. Out of respect for the family, I don't really want to say her name.
Certainly.
But, and then my wife had a family member out there. She's safe. My wife had a family member and her daughter out there at the event, and they were safe.
Yeah.
They saw everything happen, but thank God they were safe. I know they were on pins and needles because there was a while they couldn't get a hold of her.
Oh yeah.
But they finally got a chance to get a hold of her. So
yeah, that's a tragic situation again. But again, we just want to make sure we send our well wishes to the families, and again, well wishes also to the responders.
Right, absolutely.
I know they go into harm's way. They're going to harm's way for us, and our men and women that are fighting, putting their lives on the line, we just want to say thank you as well.
Indeed, we do. And speaking of that, we want to say we have some great things coming up this fall.
Yes.
We're working with Mr. Masson from the Riverside Sheriff's Association. We're excited, we'll be doing the second annual Riverside Sheriff's All-Star Classic in Riverside, and then some of these fine young men you see out here playing tonight that will be a part of the third annual Inland Valley Hall of Fame Football Classic. The good thing is we're excited is now Coach Pierce was the head coach at Carter. Now he's at Los Osos. He was a great friend, so we should start getting more baseline league talent.
Which would be really great. And again, it's just a testament to all the hard work that's being put in. Again, it's not just being done by Coach B and I. It's also being done by our third wheel, which is Coach Romanelli, who just does a really good job over at A.B. Miller for us. And then again, a great job and great contribution to the folks over at Fox Sports 1350, who do a really good job of supporting myself and Coach B.
Yeah, Mr. Elston, a great help. Greg Holler, G. Holler, he's working the board for us right now.
Anthony.
And our rep, Anthony, he's a great guy. So Greg Holler is right there right now working the board for us back in your hometown in the city of Riverside.
I put some respect on that when he said that, please. He kind of glossed over that a little bit.
Absolutely. So one thing that we love, when you look at it, we're here in Rancho Cucamonga in the Etiwanda area, in Etiwanda, on the campus of Etiwanda High School at the stadium. As you said, this has got to be one of the nicest views. When I was a kid, I used to love it. My family used to always go up to Signal Hill and look down on the city. Yeah. And that's what that reminds me of, because there's not a lot of buildings around Etiwanda High School.
Right.
When you look at the view towards the freeway, so you can really see the city.
Nothing really preventing your view, and you can see everything. We're looking at clear. There's a clear view of the 15 freeway. There's a clear view of the 210. And then again, when there's night, when there's no clouds, you can almost see the riverside.
Right. And the funny thing is when you look, it's sometimes at halftime it gets difficult for us to hear because the Eagle Marching Regime, the Marching Eagle Regime, they call it MER. They're definitely famous high school nationwide. I think they just went overseas to perform. Wow. This band is renowned. They're one of the better high school bands in the nation.
Just think about that as a selling point. They come to your mom's house and say, "Hey, by the way, your child's going to need a passport."
Right. Exactly.
Love it.
So we love to see them entertained. They have the whole field out decorated. They have they're doing some festivities out here. So
yes, and again, this is touchdowns against cancer. There's going to be 2 weeks of this, Coach B.
So when you think of, once again, when you look at what's going on here, we're just about 3 minutes before we get back into action. One of the things that I noticed is at the beginning of the game, like I said, it looked like Etiwanda came out firing on all cylinders. They went up 14-0, and it looks like Los Osos made the adjustment. Their defense tightened up the screws, and their offense let it go, and they let it rip. And like you said, this is one thing that we saw, because this is our third home game we've done of Etiwanda, and what you see with Etiwanda is they have they've had problems with the misdirection.
Oh, yes, there's no question about it. But, you know, it's difficult to really put an eye on that, and that's why you do it. And you can obviously see Coach Bryce has these kids over at these young Grizzlies coached up really good. You have to be. You have to really be in sync. The line has to be in sync. You have to move as one unit, respectively. And again, you can see that they really work on it. And it shows during game time, because it takes so much precision to run that wing T. And really, because you got to make, as you were mentioning, you're really running that offense in hopes to come off of it with a play action, bootleg, etc., and make big plays.
Right. I agree. So what adjustments do you think can you see Etiwanda doing tonight? Because it seemed like they had a lot of success with Starks, and it kind of got away from that.
I personally say you want to put your best guy, and you tell him to watch number 35. Number 35 has been really creating a lot of problems. He's carried the ball over 20 times in the first half. So if I'm that guy, I'm going to tell him, put a hat on number 35 and make sure he knows that you're there.
I think number 35 is the one you want to focus on. And then when you look at that drag route, they've run it to a lot of success where they've hit number 7, Dante Staten.
Dante Staten Jr., Coach B. And again, so with that drag route, the only way you can really defend against it is you have to make it difficult for him in that first 5 yards, where you can really get physical in that first 5 yards. So that's what you're going to have to do: get your hands on him, touch him a little bit, and throw that timing off. And I think once you do that, Etiwanda's they're getting the pressure, but you really got to throw that timing off a little bit and make that quarterback hold the ball and create sacks.
And as we said, the one thing about football is a chess match.
Yes, it is.
And that's the one thing that I'm sure Coach Pierce at Los Osos is looking for, is he's looking for Etiwanda to make that adjustment, because the minute they adjust and they take that drag route array, they're going to go over the top. So sometimes coaches will do the bend, don't break philosophy, where they'll let you get a nickel here, 5 yards here, 10 yards there, but they don't want to give up the 30-yard play.
Right, and I do agree with that, and that's why I was alluding to. You just put a player on him. I don't think you scheme for him. You just put a player on there, and like I was saying, even with number 7, you just need to get physical with him. Somebody just needs to bump him off the line, and I think they're doing a good job tackling, because he's not escaping and getting yards. But the drag route is creating 5, 6, 7 yards. And so what you want to do is you want to get physical with him off the line, shake him up a little bit, hands on his chest, hands on the pad, and throw off the timing.
Right. So what it looks like we're just about ready to go back into the game time. I see Coach Davis out there. He's talking to the referees. Probably has some concerns that he wanted to talk about and we want them to watch.
And I thought Coach Davis was going to break out into a little sprint for a second.
Coach Davis reminds me of Pete Carroll. Coach Davis looks like he can still play.
Oh, no, he's fired up, man. And even when I'm talking to him, really enjoy Coach Davis. Thank you really to the Etiwanda faculty, the great ladies in the snack bar, the Booster Club. They've treated myself and Coach B with just nothing but grace and respect. We obviously appreciate that. But no, he's fired up. When I go talk to him, we do pregame. He's juiced up. I mean, which is why that has to rub off on the team, on the coaching staff. His fire, his enthusiasm that he really has, that he approaches his game with, and I like it. It's something I like. I enjoy that, because sometimes, especially when you're not having the success that you want, sometimes you maybe can get down a little bit, but you don't see that at all with Coach Davis. He's really fired up, and obviously he said they're coming off a great week of practice as well.
And Lord knows I'm terrible with names. We want to thank the members of the Booster Club. I know Alex Anderson's mother is on the Booster Club. I know Elisa is on the Booster Club.
The quarterback,
Tommy McDonald, Michelle McDonald, she's out there, and then our guy Carlos who does a lot of their video production.
Right.
All the ladies in the snack bar right before the game, they take care of us.
Please forgive us for the names. But we remember everybody has beautiful smiles and they treat us great.
Right. And I love it when they give us the snacks right before the game.
Oh, yes. And they brought us coffee.
Right.
Last game. We called it. They heard it. They sent some runners to bring us coffee. So, again, they
the mistake we made is we asked for coffee. We should have asked for coffee, cream, and sugar.
Be careful what you wish for, right? They did. They gave us coffee. I don't mind coffee black on certain times.
Right. So it looks like we're about a minute out.
Public service announcement. Make sure you check out Coach B and myself tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock, live on Fox Sports 1350. We're going to have a really great show lined up for you guys. RCC's coming in. They're bringing their standout water polo team. That's going to be a first for us, so it'll be a water polo team for the show. Right. That's going to be exciting. I remember one time, true story, I remember I got cut from a couple of teams. I told my dad one day, I said, hey, maybe I'll try water polo. I thought he was going to I thought he was going to take my idea away and say, you know what, stop packing stuff.
Well, that's because your dad was a stud running back.
That's what I said. So I should probably preface it by saying that my dad was the standout guy. He said, you don't mess the name up.
Right.
But no, these kids we're really excited to have those kids on. But like I said, we just want to make sure we let them know tomorrow morning, Fox Sports 1350. Get a chance to check out us. We're going to have some great content for you guys tomorrow morning.
And then I see the Etiwanda cheer staff. Tracy Lowe is down there with her cheer team. She was a guest on the show last week. Yes. So we appreciate those. And she brought homecoming queen herself, Destiny Freeman. I know she's down there. If I was her, I'd say I'm taking the rest of the year off because I'm the queen.
I'm about to say, how many times do you touch? Are you in the company of royalty? And thing number two, we also got to find out. And I know we're calling the game. So if anybody can text me and tell me what the score of the Dodgers game is, Lord, please take me now.
Right. The Dodgers will get it going.
Oh my God.
So yeah, and that's what we'll do. We'll have to text a friend of the show and see if someone can get us that score.
Yes, indeed.
So we are ready for another exciting half of football here. It looks like Etiwanda and Los Osos is getting ready to lock in, and like we said, Los Osos deferred. And this is huge for them. Getting that last score of the quarter, they get the ball back because they deferred to start the game off. So Etiwanda will be kicking the ball off. So Los Osos is going to get the ball down to score of 13-14 here in they're still at home. They're in Rancho Cucamonga.
No question. And I think that what we're going to see, what I want to see is, are we going to still keep the rhythm of the pooch kick?
Right. And here we go. And, yep, you have another pooch kick. So and once again getting the ball. He's going to get some. He's got some room to run. I didn't get a number on him, but he was able to bring the ball all the way up to about the 37-yard line. So Los Osos is going to start with great field position.
Right, exactly, and that's what you want, Coach B. You want to come out here. You want to get something rolling. Coach B, I did get a quick notification via Twitter. Dodgers are winning right now, 4-0.
There you go.
Go Dodger Blue.
Dodger Blue. Gotta love it. Yeah. So when Los Osos comes out the field, it's going to be 1st and 10. They're going to have the ball at their own 37-yard line. They come out with those nice, sharp, white jerseys.
And I like the all black for the Eagles. I want to be candid about that.
So 11 minutes and 55 seconds to give it. Carball gets blown. Oh no, he gets away. And they had him in the backfield, and he gets away. That kid is elusive.
Yes, he is. And let me tell you something. As I was saying, Coach B, during the halftime report, the Eagles are getting penetration on the quarterback.
I'll tell you. Oh, go ahead.
So it's just going to be an issue of just, keep that pressure up and making sure they delay the wide receivers off the line of scrimmage.
One thing I'll notice, make a note of this. When I saw that play, when the quarterback almost got sacked, he got the ball off. He threw the ball away, and the defender took him to the ground. The white hat referee was staring at that. So keep a note of that. There may be I think a roughing the passer will eventually be called. So you're looking at 2nd and 10. They hand the ball off to number 35. He goes off tackle, and he picks up about 5 yards on that play.
Really good second effort on that 5-yard carry.
Right. And that, once again, now we're going to have to call him Mr. Dependable. That's number 35, Kyle Jorgensen. He reminds me of the guy from Norco,
Yeah, the name's beside me right now. I should know that.
So now you're looking at 3rd and 6. Carbal's under
Toby
center.
Gerhardt.
Toby Gerhardt. A stiff runner.
Oh, yeah.
He'll run you over.
Vikings.
Hands it off once again.
Ooh, big
took
cleanup.
a big shot.
My goodness.
Yeah, they brought the wood on that one.
I saw 3 players that got hit, and they didn't even have the football.
3rd and 6, and it looks like
Los 4th down right here. Is this 4th down?
And it looks like they're going to punt. So Etiwanda holds. They broke serve.
And let me tell you, Coach B, you know the Eagles coaching staff are elated by this, Coach B. That's what you want. If there's anything you want for the Eagles is to stop them here. But you want to watch this, Coach B. This could be a fake.
It could be. So 4th down, and they do punt it. And there's no one back to field it.
And you know why, Coach B? They wanted to watch that fake.
And that's going to dribble the ball all the way down to the 6-yard line.
They wanted to watch the fake. I'm sure of that. I am positive.
So now Etiwanda will get the ball, and they're going to take the ball at their own, it looks like about 6 or 7-yard line.
And Coach Davis must have saw something on tape. He saw something on tape and said, hey, these guys, they run out of that punt. And he made sure. He said, hey, we're not going to get it on us.
So you're looking at 1st and 10. The ball, as we said, is spotted on the 7. It's the 3rd quarter here as the Los Osos Grizzlies travel across town to take on their crosstown rivals, the Etiwanda Eagles, with 10 minutes and 29 seconds to go. We're in Rancho Cucamonga, the home city of both teams. So Hamill's in the shotgun. He has Starks in there, hands it off to Starks. Starks gets 5 yards. He has one man to beat. He cuts back. It's a foot race. He's out to the 40. He's out to the 45. He's out to the 50.
Shiny shoes.
There you go. And Stark, and I'll tell you, the defender did not make the tackle, but he slowed him down. And that's one thing. If you can't make the tackle, slow him down because you have teammates that are running.
And that was really a good pickup by that. That was a free safety, Almani Bishop. And, again, he's a senior, Coach B, so he really did a good job of staying back. You're the last line of defense when you do that safety.
1st and 10, hands it off back to the workhorse Starks. And that time there was absolutely nothing on 1st and 10. Starks got stuffed. He'd be lucky if he got back to the line of scrimmage, and looking at the spot, he did not.
Oh.
And I tell you, Los Osos is bringing the wood as well. Like I said, these kids are all from the city of Rancho Cucamonga, and a lot of these kids played together or went to school together.
No question about it, Coach B. So, again, they're very familiar with each other, and I'm sure Instagram and Twitter was on fire this week.
There you go. So you're looking at 2nd and 11 for Etiwanda, and Hamill is passing. He hits his receiver. He had a guy out there. He needed 11 yards, and he picked up about 15. And it looks like that may have been number 82. That is 82. That was Nico Busquets.
And let me tell you something. I like what I see out of Hamill. Again, normally when you saw Hamill come in the football game, Coach B,
he was a runner.
You knew it was going to be a run. Hamill was showing he's a capable passer and doing a really good job of getting the ball to the outside receiver.
Hamill's in the shotgun. He has Starks in the backfield with him. And he is pitching. He fakes a quick pitch. You've got to get rid of that young man. And he gets a sack in the backfield. He tried to fake the quick screen, and he was going to go over top, but his line didn't give him enough time.
Well, I think that was really good defense by the Grizzlies because he didn't want to throw it in traffic. But, you know what they say, Coach B, we'll take a sack versus a turnover.
Right. I agree. So now you're looking at 2nd and 16. The ball is now spotted just south of the 40. And Hamill, it was a screenplay to Starks. Starks got 5 yards. No one's there. He has 20, and Starks will tiptoe into the end zone, and he kind of danced at the end.
And let me tell you something, Coach B. That is there all night long.
Like Lionel Richie would say.
I was going to say
all night long.
That is there all night. And the reason that's there, Coach B, because Los Osos has to get pressure up front because they're concerned about the run.
So that will go in the record book as a 41-yard touchdown pass for Etiwanda, where Hamill hit Starks on a quick screen right up the gut. And when you looked at it, it looked like a busted play, like he was going to get sacked. So, and that's discipline, right? When you're a defense, the extra point is missed. So that may come back to haunt Etiwanda. But when you're a defensive player and you get past the offensive line, your eyes light up.
You have to stay disciplined. And the coach tells you that. I remember the coach used to yell at the lineman and go, when you get free like that, there's a reason you're free.
Right.
So if you didn't fight for it, believe me when I tell you, stand your ground, but it's very difficult to do in the heat of the moment.
Right. There was a play similar to that when I was at Downey High School in practice, and I got past the offensive lineman, and I got blew up, and I have 2 slip discs in my back now. So, you know. So in 8 minutes and
Mom,
53
don't let your kid listen to this.
Right? So in 8 minutes and 50, but I still love football. I have 2 kids that play football.
Me too.
That actually have talent.
I played football at 100, roughly about 115, 120 pounds.
Right.
So, you know, hey, I did it. No, and never got caught off the field ever.
Right. Well, I didn't either because I didn't get on the field. But that's not important. But 6 minutes and 53 seconds to go, Etiwanda, Lauren Starks, as we said, a 41-yard touchdown reception off the screenplay right up the gut for Etiwanda. And Lauren Starks, towards the end, he just skipped his way in.
And he is, again, Coach Davis, he said, let me tell you what we're going to do. We're going to ride Starks the whole way, coming into the game averaging 149 yards.
Another pooch punt for Etiwanda, number 40. If he can get to that edge, he may have something.
He tried to rip it. He tried to rip that ball out.
And that was number 40 for Los Osos that had that return, and that's going to be Jaden Sandoval. And I tell you, Sandoval, you can see clearly what they did is they went and drew it up at halftime, and they said, if you can get to that outside, you've got blockers over there.
There's no question about that. And they have to watch that on kickoff.
Right.
You have to be conscious of that because what's happening is everybody is not standing in their lanes, and they preach that during practice.
That is gamesmanship. So now you have 1st and 10. The ball is at Los Osos' own 43, and they're running that wing. And they hand it off. And once again, that's going to be to our running back, and that's number 35, and that's Kyle Jorgensen.
Yes,
and
indeed.
Their quarterback is Brett Carberall. And Carberall is doing a really good job managing the offense out there.
A great word to use, Coach B, because, again, he's not losing it for him. He's showing that he has the ability to throw the ball. As you mentioned, he's catching his receiver on the drag route. And, again, if you want to, if that's what wins games for you, you continue with that process.
2nd and 5, the ball's on their own 43-yard line. Carberall, he's stepping back. He's put it up. He's got a receiver, and his receiver needed 5 yards, and it looks like he got 6. So that's going to be 1st and 10. And getting back to the game management, it's like the old story of Alex Smith. If that's what you call a game manager, manage our team.
So be it. I mean, who's complaining about what he's doing right now?
No, it looks like they spotted it just shy of the 1st down. So you're looking at 3rd and 1. The ball is now going to be spotted at about the 47-yard line for Los Osos. Carberall, he rushes his guys up to the line. Looks like they want to go fast. And he hands the ball off to Mr. Dependable. Oh, no. It looks like they stopped him. They stuffed him.
Let's see what they do.
Let's see what the spot is. The referee looks like they gave it to him. They gave it to him. On the forward progress, they gave it to him. Yes. So they did drive him back, but it was after he was stopped. In high school, there's no instant replay. There's no red challenge flags.
I was going to say, if they ask us, we have nothing to do with it.
No, we do not. So you're looking at the wrong Fox.
I'm about to say wrong one.
So you're looking at 1st and 10. The ball is now spotted on. They're still on their own 48-yard line. They're just north of the 50-yard line. Carberall is under center, and he rolls to his right. It looks like he's getting run down. He's getting shaked.
And you don't do that.
And it was picked off.
Don't do that.
It looks like a pick 6, number 2. He's already dancing. He's at the 30. He's at the 20. He's at the 10. That's number 2.
Jonathan Vanderbilt, Coach B. And we said last time he threw the ball across the field and got tipped, and it went in for a touchdown. This time, not so lucky. Picked off for a pick 6, and it looks like they threw a flag for excessive celebration and unsportsmanlike.
And you could have saw that because he picked the ball off at about his own 40-yard line, and he was dancing. He saw nothing ahead of him.
He was doing the neon. But you know what? You can do that when you catch the ball. But, again, good play. He baited the quarterback. I'm sure he thought to himself, is he really going to throw it across his face again? And he did.
And you said it before he even let it go. You don't do that.
You don't do it.
It looks, your eyes get wide open.
It looks good, but only on Madden.
So with 7 minutes and 8 seconds to go, Etiwanda is starting to pull ahead now. The score of 26-13. And you think about it, coming out of halftime, it was 14-13.
I don't know, Coach B. Right here, I might go for 2, but I understand if they just go for the extra point.
Well, if it's going to be a penalty against Etiwanda, are they going to do it at the kickoff, or are they going to?
This is going to be done on kickoff.
Okay.
Yeah, because this is an extra point. They don't penalize you on the extra point. So you'll be penalized on the kickoff.
Well, I think on this I'd still go for the guaranteed one because it puts you up 13 points.
Right, because in a game like this, Coach B, 13 points up in the second half.
Or actually 14. I'm sorry. It puts you up 14.
13, points. Actually, because they're going to be, if they get this one, because they already missed
27.
One, and they missed another one, Coach B. That you might, going forward, you might want to consider, after missing 2 extra points, going for a 2-point conversion.
Right. I agree.
But again, Coach B, 7 minutes left to go in the third quarter. A huge turnover. However, what this does do, it puts that Etiwanda defense back on the field again. And that could, again, depending on fatigue. I know right now they're riding the high, but you want to be mindful of the fatigue. So I'm sure Coach Davis is going to do a good job of rotating his players in and out to compensate for that.
Right. And we'll have to ask Coach Davis. One thing we've got to ask him, how was the adjustment with being on the field? Because I know starting last year when they went into that playoff run, that's when we saw him make the adjustment to be up in the booth. And now we got to ask him what is it like, the feeling when he's down there on the floor.
Well, I can tell you this.
The field, I should say.
Yeah, indeed. I can tell you right now, just from what I see, Coach B, you see a different Etiwanda Eagles football team with him on the field. Right. I can tell you that. There's no question about that.
And the penalty, like you said, is enforced on the kickoff. So Etiwanda will be kicking. Normally you kick the ball a lot further up. They're going to be kicking the ball off at their own 25-yard line.
Won't say a pooch kick here, hopefully.
I think with this one, they're probably going to kick it.
You know I hate pooch kicks. My goodness.
So it's 7 minutes and 8 seconds to go. And that's a good point. Are they going to kick it deep this time?
Oh, yeah. No, they're going to put it in the air.
And they do. They do.
And it still kind of gives you a pooch kick kind of feel anyway.
Right. And number 6 get it.
Goodness.
And you might see, number 6 gets it. For Los Osos, and that's going to be Jaron Condal. And now you can probably see why they don't want to kick the ball to him.
And there's so many gaps, and you don't really see it. But, again, that's why you have special team guys in the NFL. There's guys that they do that exclusively because, again, special teams is it's a thing that people don't really count on until they bite you in the butt.
Yeah, Jaron Condal, he's a junior. He's a cornerback, but he's running a lot of offense. He's a great player on the play. So once again, you have Carbarall under center, pitches off to number 2.
Oh, good block!
What a good stop by Etiwanda, and that's number 2. That's going to be Elisa Algray.
And let me tell you who made that tackle, Coach B. Jerome Wilson Jr., defensive back, plays a little safety. What Coach Davis told me, and he came in with a hammer. And introduced himself.
Elisa Algaray. Great run for him. He looks like he picked up about 4 or 5 yards with 6 minutes and 35 seconds to go. Etiwanda leads the visiting Los Osos Grizzlies, scored 26-13. Carbarall's under center. And he opens up, and he has a receiver. And depends on the spot. Oh, man, that receiver is tough. They had him stopped, but he fought for every ounce that he could get. I can tell you right now, Los Osos is not scared.
Well, I tell you what. He needs to be scared because you have to be very careful when you get held up like that because you can put yourself in a position to get hit extremely hard. But again, good fight though. Way to fight for the extra yard.
And let's see the spotter. They're going to give him. It looks like they're going to know it's
right
just
there.
Shy.
It's a football. It's a football, Coach B.
Right. Just shy of it, and they rush up to the line of scrimmage. Third and about a foot. So let's see. They got the big uglies up there in the front. Carbarall doesn't like the play, looks over to his coach, Coach Pierce. Let's see what the play they're calling in. And they hand it off. And they had him in the backfield, but it looks like forward motion is going to give him that first, depending on the spot. And they handed it off to number 35, Kyle Jorgensen. And we've called this young man's name all night long. And
let me tell you who that was on the tackle. That was number 54, leads the Eagles in tackles, Coach B, Kendall Henderson, team captain.
So now you're looking at 1st and 10. So they gave Kyle the first down. So you're looking at 1st and 10. The ball is now spotted at the 41-yard line. I like when they break that huddle. They rush to that line of scrimmage.
They mean business.
And it's a sweep to the right. He's got some blockers. That's number 7. Oh, boy, they come and bring that wood. Who put that hit on him? That was number 55 again. No, 35. That's number 35 for Etiwanda.
And that's gonna be Tyree Miles, sophomore running back and linebacker. But really good blocking on the sweep for the Los Osos Grizzlies, Coach B. Nice job.
And that was Dante Stanton Jr. again with that run. Sweep to the right. So you're looking at, and it's a sweep to the left to number 2, and let's see what he's going to do.
Oh, they got
needs a few yards, and he gets it. Number 2 is Elias Aligre. And on that play, he needed a few yards. He got that first down.
And let me tell you something right here, Coach B, what you have to do on the sweep. The defensive end, the linebackers, the corners, your job is to hold up the outside.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure they'll get a little bit of a talking to on the sidelines regarding that.
So now you're looking at 1st and 10. The ball is now at Etiwanda 26. And he's got a man. He is wide open. And when I say wide, that had to have been a double move.
And Coach B, let me tell you something. That's why you have to have pressure on that quarterback. And really big play by Los Osos to respond so quickly. Well done.
And on that play, that looked like that was number 7 for them. Dante Stanton Jr. again with that touchdown.
And he's been causing problems. He's been a thorn in the Eagles' side all night long.
And it's not over. It is not over. Let's see. The score is 26-19. And are they going to go for the extra point?
And that's why I was thinking maybe you go for the 2-point conversion there. But we'll see what happens here.
So the extra point is up, and it is good this time. So now you have a score of 20-26. The home Etiwanda Eagles lead the visiting crosstown rival Los Osos Grizzlies. Both of these schools call the City of Rancho Cucamonga their home.
Yes, which is interesting. Because as you mentioned, you go 2 steps down the freeway, and you're in Fontana. So,
and you have all these schools closer together in the City of Rancho Cucamonga. Of course, you have Etiwanda and Altaloma, who are 2 of the older schools in the city, and then the newer schools to the block was Los Osos, and then Rancho Cucamonga High School was the last school that was built in the city.
Well, that just shows you how much real estate is out here in the great county of San Bernardino. I mean, and Coach B, I mean, you live out here. Are they slowing down building stuff?
They are not. With 4 minutes and 44 seconds to go, while we have a break in the action, the Etiwanda Eagles Booster Club wants to thank their sponsors. First, 2nd District Supervisor Janice Rutherford for stepping in and helping sponsor the broadcast here on Fox Sports 1350. We want to thank Far West Contractors, a full-service contracting firm located in Santa Ana. Independent Iron, located in San Bernardino. Been in business for over 12 years with 30 years of experience in the steel structural industry. Army National Guard, 130-plus jobs, one mission. The Poke Spot, Eat, Drink, Live Healthy at 899 East Foothill Boulevard in Rancho Cucamonga. Etiwanda's got the ball on the kickoff, and they took the ball out to about the 43-yard line. So they'll be 1st and 10. We also want to thank Tough Shed Ontario, solving backyard and business storage needs since 1981. Patterson Real Estate Group, a part of Nationwide Real Estate Executives. Call Steve Patterson at 909-904-3090. And finally, The Hat, the world-famous pastrami since 1951, located in the greater L.A. area, Rancho Cucamonga, Upland, and now Murrieta.
We'll have to see if that chef can hook up some tofu, a little tofu sandwich for the kid here.
So 1st and 10, the ball is officially spotted at their own 42-yard line. Hands the ball
off to the experience. Oh, my goodness.
5 yards, 10 yards. He got one man to beat, and he pulled him down. And Starks picked up about 20 yards. And I think, I don't know what your thoughts are, Eternal. I know you had the keys to the game, but I think Starks is going to be the key to this game tonight.
Well, as I mentioned to you, Coach B, there was 2 keys to the game. It was the quarterback, Hamill, and his diversity with the offense. And again, Coach Davis made sure he said, we're going to ride this kid, Lawrence Starks.
So Hamill sets up, he has a pass, and that was a dangerous pass. Hamill targeted number 16 for the Etiwanda Eagles, and 16 is Dalen Wilson. And he is a sophomore wide receiver.
And what happened there, Coach B, he had to get out, he had to get the ball off a little sooner than he wanted to, and there was a lot of hands in his face, so that ball went up higher than he wanted to, which almost created an interception.
And we saw that happen on the Los Osos side. You got to be careful with those passes because it was a pick six. So Hamill's in this shotgun. He keeps the ball facing the Stars, and he gets about 10 yards on that play. And it looks like there was some hits out of bounds, but there's no call. No call.
And number 82, Nico Busquets, is that what you said?
Yes, Busquets.
Great last name. What a block on the outside. I mean, he put a helmet on the kid.
Indeed, he did. So it's going to be 3rd and let's see how many. 3rd and about 5. So we're looking at, like you said, they're out there laying the wood. If Etiwanda doesn't have anything, if future in football, they've got a future in lumber because those kids, those young men are out there hitting tonight.
Yes, indeed. Well, which again, you don't anticipate anything less, Coach B, in the first game for the Baseline League. Well, while we're at the break in action, Coach B, let's take a look at some of these scores. As you were saying, it's a great night for football here. If folks want to get up-to-the-minute scores, you can always visit IE Sportsnet. That's IESportsnet.com for up-to-the-minute scores, live up-to-the-minute scores right there for the entire Inland Empire. We have that right there for you, Coach B.
And while we have a break in the action, let's go ahead and identify ourselves. You are listening to the Fox Sports 1350 High School Game of the Week with Coach B.
Andy Turner. When it comes to Inland Empire Sports, you know the conversation starts and stops here, live on Fox Sports 1350.
Absolutely. And one of the big game, and we talked about this, the game of the night that everyone is talking about. It's the game that a lot of people think, well, it's only the first game of the week, but it's the game that everyone thinks is going to decide the Baseline League. And none other, we are talking about Rancho Cucamonga as they take on Upland.
And I want to give a big shout out to Michelle Gardner, the third wheel for IE Sportsnet. She always does a great job. But right now, the lead is down. Upland is scored, so the lead is down for Rancho Cucamonga, 16-13 in that great Baseline
in the
rivalry.
Second quarter.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it is.
Oh, and we're back in action, Coach B here.
So now we're looking at 1st and 10, and it was 3rd and 5 for Etiwanda. And on that play, it was Lawrence Starks with the run. And let's see, it looks like it's going to be short of a first down. So now is a decision. You're kind of in that gray area like we talked about. So you're looking at 4th and 3. The ball is they're at Los Osos 37. You can see the decisions been made by Coach Davis. You got to keep the offense out there.
Yeah, I think here you got to go for it. I don't know if you punt it. It's a little, right now, because they could keep this drive going. This is going to be huge.
So 4th and 4 is the official count. The ball is at the 36-yard line. Hamill's getting his call from Davis on the sideline. He's in the shotgun, has Starks behind him. Los Osos is stacking that box. They have just about everybody in the box. It is an option. Hamill keeps it, does not pitch it out, and Hamill needed 4, and it looks like he got 6.
What I like about the play calling tonight done by Coach Davis and staff is even though Hamill is known as a runner, they've let him run sparingly tonight, which has created a different dynamic, just what he said they wanted to do, and it's really made the Grizzlies off balance.
So 1st and 10, the ball is at Los Osos 37-yard line. And Hamill, a quick pitch out to number 16, and he gets the ball. He picks up. He needed 10 yards for the first down, and it looks like he got it. And number 16, of course, that's Dylan Wilson. He's only a sophomore, so they've got a future.
Hey, let me tell you something, Coach B. I like Hamill has impressed me tonight. Yeah, you've always raved about Hamill and his play and his poise. Hamill was actually the quarterback who was involved in the miracle game last year, but this kid can play.
And you look at it, he gives them a different element because he has that run-pass option with 2 minutes and 59 seconds to go in the second quarter. Etiwanda leads the visiting Los Osos Grizzlies a score of 26-20. Hamill has his call from Coach Davis on the sidelines. He's in the shotgun with Starks. 2 receivers to his left, and there's a pitch to Starks. And Starks sees the crease, and he gets back. And Starks, it looks like he fumbled the ball. But was he down? Was he down?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, the referee said he was down.
Okay.
The ground and that's what I thought. It looked like he was down. The ground cannot cause a fumble. So let's see. So with 2 minutes and 33 seconds to go, that's a big play when you think about it for Etiwanda because the ball caused the fumble. That would have been a turning point.
Yeah, well, there's no question about that. They give the ball up there, Coach B, down 6 points with momentum. That would have been huge.
And the one thing that I can say is you can see clearly Coach Davis has made some adjustments coming out of the halftime. And now you can see they're giving the ball more to their star senior running back, Coach Lawrence Starks.
I was just going to say that if there's any adjustment you do, you give the ball to 21 a lot more.
Exactly. And that's who I call Mr. Dependable.
Yeah. And as I was telling you, Coach B, he's coming into this game averaging 6 yards per carry. Mm-hmm. On top of that, he's averaging 149 yards per game.
Right.
That gives you some kind of a bird's eye view into how this kid can play football. I mean, averaging 6 yards per carry. I mean, you know.
Those are Jim Brown numbers.
I mean, my goodness. It's a no-brainer who you get the ball to.
Indeed. But Etiwanda has got some running backs coming down the pipeline. So with 2 minutes and 33 seconds to go, we had a quick break in the action. Etiwanda's coming back out of the field. You have Hamill and Starks in the backfield. Has two receivers to his right and to his left. So let's go ahead and see what they can do. It looks like they have their call. Referee says start the clock. And Hamill's in the gun. He hands it off to number 21, Lawrence Starks. And, boy, let's see if he got that. Depends on the spot. Let's see. It was 3rd down and 1, and let's see if he was able to get that 1 yard.
If you don't get it here, Coach B, you go for it. You quarterback sneaky.
I would say this is definitely 4-down territory, and it looks like they did not get it. So 4th and 1.
However, I want to be clear. This Grizzly line these are big boys out here.
Indeed they are, and they give it to Starks again. And it looks like they stuffed him again. I don't think that it depends on the spot, but I don't think he got it.
I don't think so.
And it looks like the defense is coming out.
And to me, Coach B, he's too far off the line of scrimmage for a play like that. And they just couldn't get the push up front.
Turnover on downs, and that we'll see if that comes back, because if Los Osos scores and an extra point is successful, they would take the lead. Etiwanda was just up 13 points.
No question.
So this is one of those times, and you made a good point. Etiwanda's defense is back on the field. When Etiwanda got that pick 6, Etiwanda's defense has spent a lot of time on the field.
No question about it.
So it's 1st and 10, balls at the 21-yard line. Coverall's in the back.
It looks like that was a busted play a little bit.
Yes, it was. And on that, let's see who the runner. I did not see it was a lot of commotion there. I didn't see who the runner was. 35. Yes.
I just about to tell you, take a wild guess who that is.
Kyle Jorgensen. And Kyle is a senior outside linebacker and running back.
I almost want to call him Kyle Worthington with my dog Spot.
And now you're going to be looking at 2nd and 8. Coverall is he's under center. And it's rare that you see a high school quarterback under center.
What a great play again.
Shoestring
by number 9. Again, Coach B, this kid, Jerome Wilson Jr. Coach B, you know what they talk about? Who jumps off the tape? And tonight, who's jumped off the field for me, Coach B, is this kid, number 9, playing on the outside, Jerome Wilson Jr. And Coach Davis raved about him during pregame.
And you look at it, he was on the opposite side of the field, so he ran him down.
Yeah.
That's speed. That is speed. So you're looking at 3rd and 6, the ball's on the 25-yard line. Coverall's under the gun. He's passing. Let's see. He's got a man. Oh, and he just missed him.
Oh, he's hurt.
He's going to have dreams about that play tonight, because he had a man, one-on-one coverage, had a man beat. There was nothing in front of him but a reservation for 6.
It looks like that was Riley Cheeto. There was really struggling on the outside there. And again, the rule for the DBs, you don't let anybody get behind you. And that was a good. This is a punt.
So they're going to punt it. It was 3rd down, excuse me. And they are punting it this time. There was no fair catch call. Number 16. What a shake, boy.
Tackle.
Number 16.
Shook him out of his shoes, Coach B.
Dylan Wilson, that has to be clearly a sophomore, because there was no fair catch, and they could have teed off on him.
Oh, my goodness.
But, boy, did he shake him.
And let me tell you something, Coach B. I can tell you as a player, that might have been my most embarrassing moment for sports ever. I didn't call a fair catch, and I got hit so hard, the ball almost made a field goal.
Did they call you Lucas? So all the millennials out there, Google it.
Google it.
With 40 seconds to go, Hamill runs out on the field. He and Starks are in the backfield. And the referee stopped the action, so let's see what the call is. Not quite sure what the call is. Did anyone call a timeout, or what's going on here?
There's a brief delay in action. And it looks like there's a player. That must have been an equipment issue.
Safety is always first priority.
It looked like there was an equipment issue, so they held the game up.
And, I want to thank, I always say this, my son plays football, and Guardian helmet caps. They sent my son a helmet cap, so I want to thank them for doing that. So with 40 seconds to go, Hamill is dealing. He's got a receiver. Number 8 is the receiver, and that's going to be Kamoe Ansanduwiki. I hope I'm saying that.
Man, I'm glad you. We're gonna have to sit down with that young man and work on his name a little bit after the game.
So second down and about 2 to go.
Excuse me.
Good. And Hamill keeps the ball. He fakes it to start. He keeps it, and you can see he is reading. That looks like a late hit.
Wow.
And there was no call on that. No call on that play, a la Cam Newton. So now you're looking at a 1st and 10.
And that's one of those things as a quarterback you have to be careful of. But even because they're still going full speed, Coach B.
Indeed, they are. So now you're looking at a 1st and 10. The ball is at about the 43-yard line of Los Osos. So Etiwanda is now north of the 50-yard line, and they are now in Etiwanda in Los Osos territory. So it looks like that's the end of the third quarter. So after 3 quarters, Etiwanda is now up a score.
Okay, I was trying to figure out because the flag. It looks like the flag is in the way of the scoreboard. I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell. How much time
we have staff? I think because of what happened in Vegas.
Certainly. So again, great night of football here. First night, and it's lived up to the billing. Both coaches said it was going to be extremely competitive tonight, and my goodness, we're seeing it here. Really, really even game, close score, and we're seeing some great football.
No, that was not the end of the quarter. So there's still, I can't tell how much time is left on the clock. But when after this, I would say I am a believer in Hamill, because Hamill before this game he only had 14 attempts and 31 yards on the season. But he's really come out and played some football tonight.
And no touchdowns, no interceptions either. So I guess that's a good thing.
And Hamill hands the ball off to Starks. And you can see they are making an effort. They are targeting Lawrence Starks.
So what that means, there's 2 things that are going to be open with that. Play action, obviously, is a play that you can really look at on that. But also that screen again, because they're having to get a lot of pressure upfield. And what that means that first 5 yards by that line of scrimmage, it could be really open. And we've seen Starks in the open field. My goodness.
And that was the end of the third quarter, so we were at the end. But one thing I'll ask you this: if you're Los Osos, I think they're doing it right. You do key on Starks. So you think, even though Hamill's had an impressive night, he is the backup quarterback. So you say we're going to take Starks away. So if you're going to beat us, you're going to make Hamill beat us.
All right, Coach B, let me tell you something. If there's somebody averaging 6 yards per carry, my focus is solely on that kid. I am here to tell you. I mean, averaging 149 yards, I don't care if you're playing Pop Warner. That's impressive. And so yeah, you're right. You definitely need to make sure that you're keying in on Starks and trying to take him away. But good luck doing that. At this point, all you can really do and hope for is try to contain Starks and hope that you can create some mishaps on Hamill.
Yes, I agree. So on that play, so Etiwanda going into the fourth quarter, but once again they lead a score of 26-20 in the battle of the City of Rancho Cucamonga. It's Los Osos against Etiwanda, 2 of the older schools in the city.
Yes.
So Etiwanda has the ball. So now we're going to flip the direction of the game. So Etiwanda is now going to be going south on your radio dial. So Etiwanda has the ball. They're going to have the ball at about the 43-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 9 for Etiwanda. You have Hamill in the shotgun, no one in the backfield. He has 5 receivers, 3 to his right, 2 to his left, and no one out. So this has got to be a pass play, and he hits number 80. And number 80 gives it a little screen play. And on that play, number 80 for Etiwanda is going to be, that is Zachary Bitterman.
Yeah, and Bitterman's only a junior, Coach B, and he's been a very key target for Hamill throughout the course of this game.
So 3rd and 2. So Etiwanda made the adjustment where they cleaned out the backfield. Now Lawrence Starks is back in the field. I can see because those gold shoes blinded me for a minute. So now 3rd and 2. Ball's at the 35-yard line with 11 minutes, 32 seconds to go. Hands it off to Starks. Starks gets 5 yards, 10 yards, 50 yards. He has one man to beat, and he beat him. And he just outran, it looks like a DB.
Coach B, he saw the gap, and his feet just started turning and 20 and 20.
Yes, he did. So that is Lawrence Starks. We have to take a look and see how many touchdowns that is for him tonight. But Lawrence Starks is not messing around.
3.
So Lawrence Starks with 11 minutes and 23 seconds to go, Lawrence Starks gets the touchdown, and now Etiwanda is up 32-20.
10.
So
I know. Trust me.
So with 11 minutes and 23 seconds to go, we'll see if this extra point, what's going to go on with this extra point.
Yeah, I'm curious. Look, okay, they're gonna spread it out, and they're gonna go for this, Coach B.
Right. So so let's see that's the extra point. It looks like it was stopped. What was the call there? Did not see what the call was. Oh, so it looks like it's a penalty on Los Osos. That's going to make it easier for Etiwanda.
And they're going to move the ball up a yard. Wow. So now it's placed on the 1-yard line.
So now Etiwanda's up by 12 points, a score of 20-32 with 11 minutes and 23 seconds to go. So we'll see if Etiwanda's going for the 2-point conversion. On this, what's your call? Do you do a fade route or do you have Hamill run it?
I think I could see Starks going over the pile on this.
And they're running the spread, so you've got gaps and you've got angles.
Yeah. And they're doing them. Okay, so what they're going to do now is they're going to switch it over. It looks like they're going to go. They're going to go trips on the outside, Coach B, tight in the middle.
Interesting.
I still see it over the top.
I see it's a run to the left. This is a swinging gate. I'm going to channel my inner Tony Romo.
Okay, yeah, right. I was trying to work on it.
So it looks like if I was a gambling man, I'd say this is going to be a run to the left. And you see, I'm not a gambling man. It was a dive right up the gut.
That's what it was.
And the extra point was good. And once again, as we said before, the reason you run the spread is you get those linebackers out of there.
There's no question. Well, and you create gaps.
Right there
in the middle.
Right.
That if the linebacker is not right, if he don't get there right now, it creates problems.
Indeed. So that puts up Etiwanda up a traditional football score of 14 points. A score of 34-20 with 11 minutes and 23 seconds to go.
What we can say is that it's keeping the young cheerladies nice and active, because they're having a run upon each score. So I'm sure they enjoy that.
Yes. That reminds me years ago when TCU, before they got into the Big 12?
Yes.
When they would put up 50, 60 points, and they had their mascot. Every time they scored, he would do the push-ups. So he would do like over 200 push-ups a game.
Oh, yeah. So he was looking like he was ready to go. Coach B, again, got to make sure we give a shout-out. Today is a Pink Out game in support of breast cancer. Touchdowns against cancer. The campaign going on for this week as well as the following week right here for Etiwanda football. So we want to give a big shout-out to CIF, Baseline League, and both high schools will participate in that tonight.
Indeed. So Etiwanda will be kicking the ball off from their 40, a normal punt, and now they kick it deep. So let's see what they're going to go do. Someone just got cleaned up out there.
Oh, wow.
They are really laying some blocks out there.
It was 3 guys on one.
Yeah.
It was 3 guys on one Eagle. He must have caused some problems out there.
Right. And they were locked in on him.
Oh, yes. That happened. Welcome to the game.
Yes. So Los Osos will start off at their own, looks like 25-yard line first and 10, 24-yard line is the official spot.
A 14-point lead, Coach B. 11 minutes to go, which you think might be a lot of time, but it really is not.
That's the way their offense. One thing I like about Los Osos, their offense chews up the clock.
Yes.
And speaking of that, Carbaral, he pitches it out. He has his man clear it out.
Great tackle.
And he picks up. It looks like they're going to spot him at about a 7-8 yard gain on that play. It was a quick pitch to number 1 for Los Osos, and that's Andrew Walker. He's a wide receiver and corner and a junior.
Yeah.
It looks like they gave him 10, so it's going to be first and 10.
I was going to say, that looked like it was close to a first down. But what you want to do right there, Coach B, and that corner, that outside linebacker did a really good job there of just making sure he doesn't get outside there. Because you don't want to let him get outside, so you force him to the out of bounds, and that's what he did.
And Lee Carbaral, again, he's under center. And now he pitches the ball to number 11. And what a run. What a great run. And that's going to be Amani Bishop. And Bishop looks like he has another first down, and they're chewing something up. And here's the one thing that I like what Los Osos is doing. Even with 10 minutes and 44 seconds to go, they're still doing what they're doing.
Indeed.
They're not rushing themselves. They're still running their offense.
Well, Coach B, the good coaches, that's what they do. You stay within your offense. You don't start doing anything crazy, because that's what causes turnovers.
Sweep to that outside, and he pitches it to number 7. And they've got a bevy of people running the ball. That's Dante Staton.
Well, they're starting to give it to their athletes, Coach B. Not to say that they weren't prior, but you can see they're starting to really work on trying to get their ball to their skills players and get them to make some moves for this Grizzlies football team.
Big news. Upland is up 2016 over Rancho Cucamonga.
And they, Coach B, they have scored at least 14 unanswered points against the Cougars. This could be a huge game tonight.
So you're looking at 2nd and 2 balls at the 46-yard line. They're now north of the 50-yard line in Etiwanda territory.
Oh,
well, it is a reverse. The number 81, the reverse, they're going to get them, and it is a big loss.
Wow.
And that you got to be careful, young man. Looks like he threw the guy out of bounds. Number 16 for Etiwanda on the tackle, that's Dalen Wilson. That is you got to be careful with that.
And guess who was in there on the breakup, Coach B? None other than number 9, Jerome Wilson Jr., really creating problems, getting pressure up the field, and he was the one that actually made the runner have to pitch the ball a little bit sooner than he wanted to.
So with 9 minutes and 18 seconds to go, it's 3rd and 9, balls on the 47-yard line, and they are throwing.
Oh,
and there's that little play, and it's good call. It's that little drag route that worked so well for them in the first half.
And that's Ward out there, number 4. Really good job. He saw it, and they've been running that same drag route, and he jumped it this time and got in front. Now, again, you have to be careful as a DB because when you jump that, there's nobody on the backside.
Right.
So you have to be careful.
And that's something you can think of, and I'm sure Los Osos will see that. We'll look out for that double move.
Exactly.
And, it reminds me of that adjustment we jumped it of Gutierrez last year, who was with Etiwanda. Feel-good story. We follow RCC football, and they put a tweet about him. He's having a great season over at RCC.
Ooh.
Number 16,
you got to be careful with that.
Number 16 for Etiwanda, Dylan Wilson. He was back to get that punt, and he was stopped in the backfield. This young man's got to learn the fair catch. So at 9 minutes and 2 seconds to go, Etiwanda gets the ball back up 34-20 over the visiting Los Osos Grizzlies.
At this point, Coach B, if they could just chew clock, if they're able to create a drive where you can work 3 to 4 minutes off of this clock, that might be ball game.
Right. And it may be difficult because they're focused so much on Lawrence Starks right now.
Indeed. And that's what I think right now what you do, play action, naked bootleg.
Right. So you have Starks and you have Hamill in the backfield. And there you go. He fakes the pass, and he's going up top.
They're going top.
Davis says, I'm not trying to chew any clock.
Oh.
What is that going to be a catch? No, he was out of bounds. Number 11 for Etiwanda really laid out, and that's Malachi Williams. He laid out for that play.
And you like to see that out of your juniors. And as you were saying, promising future for Coach Davis and these Eagles. Got a lot of young people contributing. Now, they're contributing mostly because there are some injuries right now, but it shows you that even with some injuries, they can still come in here and play great football.
2nd and 10, the ball is at the 16-yard line. Etiwanda hands it off to Starks. And Starks, he gets past that first. That's number 5. That's number 5 for Etiwanda, and that's going to be Jacob Hillstock.
And Jacob Hillstock, another junior for this Eagles football team, contributing and getting some valuable minutes for this Eagles football team.
I'll ask you, was that Los Osos relaxing because they didn't see Starks back there?
That's a really good point, Coach B, because, again, you have a tendency to do that when you see those shiny shoes aren't out there.
So you got, once again, you got Hamill and Hillstock in the backfield. Hamill commands the offense, and he's looking, and he hands the ball off. He keeps it this time, and he's got a blocker out there. He has 5-10 yards. So what a run right there for the Etiwanda Eagles. First down, the ball is now going to be spotted they're putting it right at the 50-yard line.
Really,
it's going to be 1st and 10.
Excuse me, a really impressive block by Nick Kelsey, number 87 for the Eagles. Came up there again, blocking 2 people, one shot, and then rubbing off him and getting the linebacker.
So Hamill once again is in the shotgun. And he hands the ball off to Hillstock.
And
Hillstock gets 5 yards. He's got 10 yards. And now I tell you, that guy, he is like you said, he's a junior, so Etiwanda has the running back of the future.
Let me tell you something. Number 11, Malachi Williams, came in with a crackback block for the linebacker, and my goodness, they are hitting tonight.
A side note, I've known Malachi since he was, I think, 10 years old. And this kid has been a stud since him and my son were adversaries.
Wow.
So I've known that kid for a long time, and he has got some talent.
Oh, no, that kid, it takes, that's why they like Ezekiel Elliott, because he can block so good, but that kid's good.
He's got a man, and Hamill hits a man. That was a quick little pitch and catch. It looks like he hit number. Was that Malachi, speaking of that?
And that might be Malachi, Coach B.
Yes, it was.
And it was.
That was Malachi speaking right on cue.
You know what they did was Coach Davis said, with a block like that, son, let's give him the football.
Here's your reward. So
Indeed.
1st and 10, the ball is now spotted. Etiwanda is spotted on Los Osos' 20-yard line. Excuse me, their 15-yard line. I apologize. There's a muff.
Good play by Jacob Hillstock, Jr. That's what you do right there. When that ball goes out, you don't try to pick it up. You fall on it.
Right.
Live to play another game.
And
another down. Excuse me.
With that muff snap, that pushes you back 10 yards. So now you're looking at second and actually it pushed you back 12 yards. You're looking at 2nd and 22 for Etiwanda. So with 7 minutes and 25 seconds to go, Hamill's in the shotgun. Let's see if they can make up that. There was another muff. So Hillstock has got it. There's a flag on the play, and that's usually in the area of holding.
That's going to be holding. And they're getting Lawrence Starks a breather on this, which I think is good. You don't want to, again, you have to monitor the carries because, again, this is going to be a long season.
Right.
It's going to be a long season. You got to play some tough, two of the toughest teams you're going to play are playing tonight. So they're getting some miles as well. But, again, really, it has to be good for Coach Davis to be able to take his guy out in the fourth quarter and let him get some rest.
Right. And that's one thing.
Still be winning the football game.
A la 1980s, that's one thing that Magic Johnson said. I wanted the ice on my knees in the fourth quarter.
Oh, yeah. It's difficult for a player to understand that. But when you're in there, especially as you start to mature, that's what you want. You want to be on the sidelines, trying to figure out what you're going to have at Del Taco.
So 2nd and 34, a quick pitch to Hillstock. Hillstock, I don't see anyone in front of him. And Hillstock, it looks like he picked up on that play. He picked up about 10 yards on that play. So that's good for them to pick up some of those yards that they lost.
And Starks might have let him borrow his tennis shoes.
Right.
And I'm telling you, there's not a big drop-off right now, at least in terms of right now what you see out of Hillstock. He's averaging 5 to 6 yards a carry tonight as well.
So it's
when you touch the football, excuse me.
A la little Bow Wow. He's got the like Mike's going on, huh? So 3rd and 25 for Etiwanda. They have the ball at Los Osos 39, and Starks is dealing, and he hits his guy, but that's going to be shy of the first down. So, but is this 4th-down territory?
That's a good question, Coach B. I think right here you go for it, and the reason being is because again, it's too much pressure for your kicker. But if you make it, it's game over.
Well, Coach Davis has already made the decision for us. They're going for it. I still see the quarterback on the field, so Hamill is still out there. 4th and 21, the ball is at Los Osos' 29-yard line.
Well, if you look at this logic, when they pooch kick it, Coach B, it goes to the 30.
There you go.
So they're getting them in. Worst case scenario, you get the ball right there where you would normally pooch kick it. So I think they're okay with that.
Well, Coach Davis is thinking about it. He has his team coming off the sidelines. And while we have a break in action, let's go ahead. Etiwanda Eagles Football Booster Club wants to thank their sponsors. First of all, we want to thank Second District Supervisor Janice Rutherford for stepping up and answering the call when we needed help to keep these broadcasts on air.
Indeed.
And then we have Far West Contractors, a full-service contracting firm located in Santa Ana. Independent Iron, located in San Bernardino. They've been in business for over 12 years with 30 years of experience in the structural steel industry. The Army National Guard, 130-plus jobs, one mission. We want to thank everybody in service for all they do for our great country. The Poke Spot, Eat, Drink, Live Healthy, located at 8998 East Foothill Boulevard in Rancho Cucamonga. Tough Shed, Ontario, solving backyard and business storage needs since 1981. Patterson Real Estate Group, a part of Nationwide Real Estate Executives. Call Steve Patterson at 909-904-3090. And finally, The Hat, the world famous pastrami since 1951, located in the L.A. area, Rancho Cucamonga, Upland, and now Murrieta. And I know you had an update for Dodger Blue.
Yes, sir. Just wanted to make that it looks like the D-backs did pull the score up, but going into the bottom of the third inning, 4-1 Dodgers.
There you go. Clayton's on the mound, so I think we're okay. So with 6 minutes and 21 seconds to go.
Good move.
What a move. That's Barry Sanders.
Good
for
move.
Number 20 for Etiwanda. He broke him. That's Khalil Jackson. And wearing a number 20, the best running back to ever play the game, he did a Barry Sanders-type move.
Now, I noticed when you said that, you ain't look at me. You keep that up.
So with 6 minutes and 14 seconds to go, that was a turnover on downs. It was 4th down. Etiwanda did not pull up get the first down. But as you said, they're thinking of gamesmanship. Etiwanda's up 14 points. There's only 6 minutes and 14 seconds to go. So not only is Los Osos playing against Etiwanda, now they're playing against the clock.
And those are two enemies you do not want to play against.
Right. So now, for the first time, we see the quarterback in the shotgun, and we'll see how comfortable he is. And with that, he hits his receiver, and boy, he almost was gone on that play. And he had a linebacker on him. And when you're a receiver, you got a linebacker on you, your eyes light up.
Well, and now he didn't have just any linebacker. He had the Etiwanda Eagles team captain linebacker who leads the Eagles in tackles, Kendall Henderson, who is a capable pass defender in the pass coverage. But again, he was playing against a real good wide receiver.
So once again, Carval's in the gun, and it is a sweep to the left, and he gets it out to number 2. And the way they're chopping down Cobbs, that's Elias. And on that play, the way they're running that clock, they're really getting the ball down the field pretty fast.
Yeah, and here's something. If I'm Coach Davis, you have to be mindful of this because don't be scared to take a timeout to stop this onslaught. I mean, because they can really create some problems on offense.
And just like that, they're at Etiwanda's 35, and they pitch it out to number 7.
And they're just sweeping on the outside. I mean, on the strong side, Coach B, and that's what they're. I mean, every time.
Right, and I think they found something that they like, and just that fast, now they have the ball almost in the red zone.
Wow, 3 plays, and they were back 80 yards.
Right,
and it looks like there's a personnel issue.
So it looks like because of that, you are correct.
Yeah.
Coach Davis is fired up. He had to call a timeout on that play, and Coach Davis is not happy.
You know, one thing you don't want to, if you lose a game, you lose a game because you were outperformed, but you never want to lose a game because of mental mistakes.
Right. Well, and that's what I always said. When I coach, the one thing I always said is we're not going to beat ourselves. Mm-hmm. And when I say that, you don't want to do things where you cause penalties, and you don't want to do things where you cause mistakes. If you're going to beat us, you're going to beat us straight up. We're not going to we're not going to give you the game. So with 5 minutes and 25 seconds to go, Etiwanda leads the visiting Los Osos Grizzlies a score of 34-20 here at Friday Night Football. And while we have a break in the action, we're going to go ahead and identify ourselves. You're listening to Fox Sports 1350 High School Game of the Week with Coach B.
Andy Turner. When it comes to Inland Empire Sports, you know the conversation starts and stops here, live on Fox Sports 1350. At halftime, we do have a quick update. Again, you can, we'll do it when we get another break in action.
So now it is 1st and 10. The ball is at Etiwanda's 29-yard line, and Los Osos, they are working. They are churning right now. And there you go, sweep once again to that outside. And they saw something that they liked. And once again, once you get to that second level and you have to get linebackers tackling, you will take it as an offense.
I'm a little surprised because, again, they're able to run these balls and get outside, but you have to have outside contained.
But one mistake is Los Osos did not get out of bounds. So now you're looking at second, and there's a sweep again to that outside. And they are just going. And it was 2nd and 3. They needed 3, and they picked up about 5 or 6, and they just keep sweeping to that outside. They go sweep left, sweep right, sweep left, sweep right.
Right. And like I said, if I'm the Eagles, I'm thinking, okay, here it comes, again on the outside.
So with 4 minutes and 50 seconds to go, let's see. And then no sweep this time, a quick slant. And it looked like, no, the DB, I thought he got there early, but he did not. That was number 4 for Etiwanda with the breakup, Cameron Ward. And they were targeting number 1 for Los Osos, Andrew Walker.
And again, Ward was able to come up, and he's done a great job tonight playing defense on, again, an undersized, in terms of height, corner, but makes up for it in intensity and really good coverage.
2nd and 10, the ball's on the 13-yard line. With that incomplete pass, it stops the clock, which is critical right now for Los Osos with 4 minutes and 45 seconds to go. Carval's back under center, and they are running that play. And they fake the sweep, they go back to the left. What a counter. Nice play.
Yeah. Well, he didn't know. It didn't look like he was down, but it was a counter jet sweep. Again, just some of the things you can do out of that wing T set. And that was a really good play by Etiwanda because if there was a missed tackle there, he's still running.
Nathan Ramos with the stop on that play. And now they go back to Mr. Dependable for Los Osos all night. You wonder when you see him again, Kyle Jorgensen.
Well, excuse me. When you see him, Coach B, in the backfield, you almost have to just really think, this kid's getting the football. He's carried the ball at least 40-plus times tonight.
He must have said, you know what, I'm going to take a break. Call me when you're in the red zone.
Right.
So now it's first and goal. The ball is at the 3-yard line with 3 minutes and 59 seconds to go. And who do they hand it to? Mr. Jorgensen. And they just stopped him just before the end zone.
I mean, a half a football short. But at this point in time, Coach B, as you were alluding to, the clock is still running.
Indeed.
And they're doing a personnel change here. So, I mean, these are valuable seconds that are ticking off the clock right here. I'm sure Coach Davis doesn't mind.
You got to think the thought process is get it in right here and then onside kick with 3 minutes and 31 seconds to go. And they sweep it. And did they get inside? No, it was.
Oh, there's still a little more activity going on. I thought there was a flag being thrown. But
they did not give. Did they give him
touchdown?
The score?
Touchdown. Guaranteed.
Okay, they gave him the score. Okay, so right now the score as is 34-26. And one thing that we can say, we talked about, this is going to be a factor, is those missed extra points on both teams.
Well, at this point now, they're both down. I mean, they're down. It's even. So at this point, for Osos to come back in here, they're going to need to get this extra point. This is a young lady out here. Big shout out to her. And they're going to need both of these.
So 3 minutes and 26 seconds to go. Score is 34-26. The extra point is up.
Kudos. She got
it. It is good. So on that play for them, that's going to be Hannah Muffet. Good for her.
Really good for her. I mean, because you got to think, this is a big-time football game. Every point counts right here. And big shout out to that young lady out there, in front of this Etiwanda faithful crowd, getting those points in there.
And as we said, this is the battle for two teams in the City of Rancho Cucamonga. These are kids that grew up and no one wanted. I can't tell you how many kids, when my kids, because they go here, I can't tell you how many of those kids they know.
Oh, yeah.
These kids, a lot of them, they went to middle school together, and then the kids just go off in their separate ways. But it's countless number of kids.
Really, really different from at least the way I grew up.
Exactly.
Because, we didn't associate with kids from our rival school. We never even went to the same. They were over there, we were over here.
Exactly. The way
which is just interesting, just the way how things were at that time. As you were saying, now a lot more intermingling with passing league, AAU, et cetera.
And then when we were kids, when we went to school at Fred Flintstone, they didn't have as many high schools.
Right.
So that's another thing.
Well, and now look at the summertime is out. So wow, onside kick. Oh,
onside kick, Muffet with the kick, and that was a beautiful onside kick. That was a beautiful onside kick, but it looks like Etiwanda was able to get this. They were able to get that kick.
Indeed.
So with 3 minutes and 25 seconds to go.
Excuse me, which is really good shout out to the hands team, because that was close. That was very close. Really good kick by the kick.
That was Hannah. That was a great kick by Hannah.
She's special.
Yes.
That young lady's special.
Yes.
That was a really, really good choreographed onside kick there by the team and the kicker.
The way she's kicking, and she's doing a great job tonight, I tell you, my Chargers could use her. So with 3 minutes and 25 seconds to go.
You know what's coming. Well, a true story. I am pulling for you guys. Please beat the Giants.
Yes,
please.
I am too.
Thank you.
So with 3 minutes and 25 seconds to go, Etiwanda up 34-25. They hand it off to Mr. Dependable. It looks like that is Stark. And the minute he comes into the game, you could see they stack the box.
Right. But again, for Starks, if I'm Starks, I'm happy about this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm coming back in. I took a whole series off. Well, multiple series off. I got some wind. I'm coming back in here refreshed with the shiny shoes on, ready to cause damage.
He probably said, shine my shoes up and make sure they're sparkling.
That's why he couldn't come back in the game and say, hold on, man, there's some grass on my shoes, brother.
Indeed. So with 3 minutes and 17 seconds to go. And like you said, when you look at the stats for Lawrence Starks, he's had one impressive year. And, he was on the show, friend of the show. We've had both of these teams and these coaches on. We had Los Osos on the show, as well as we were excited when we heard Coach Pierce was moving over from Rialto Carter to join the Baseline League to take over Los Osos. Los Osos is a proud program. They've had some success at that program, and Coach Pierce he talked about it on the show. He's happy about that. So we were happy when he came over to see this game. And like I said, we had Coach Davis on, third year that he's come onto the show. Starks has been on the show twice. And they're both excited about the programs and the directions they're going in.
Again, I think they should be. Even Coach Davis was really just pouring out the accolades for Coach Price, just saying that what a great job he's done for his first year with his football team, and really has them going. Again, they're running a wing T, which is a complex, again, it doesn't look like it, but it's a complex offense that really takes some choreography with the line.
2nd and 8, then they hand the ball off to Starks, and it looks like the entire city of Rancho Cucamonga is chasing them. And Starks picked up, it looks like about 2 or 3 yards, and there's another timeout. So there's the gamemanship once again, and you can see Coach Pierce is calling his timeouts. He's got 3. You can't take them home with you. But just to look at some of the stats, when you talked a lot about Lawrence Starks. When you look at him, in only 5 games, Lawrence Starks had already put up 733 yards. And like I say, averaging 146 yards per game. So that is impressive to put up almost 1,000 yards in 5 games.
I'm really, and again, those are key factors, but I'll be candid with you. I'm really impressed with the 6 yards per carry. It is reminiscent of, when the Tennessee Titans were playing. They used to get a ball to Eddie George. He was averaging 4.5 yards. And they were saying that's what you do.
Except for when he played against
the Rams that day.
No, the Ravens. And he was scared of Ray Lou.
Ray Lou.
As long as they didn't play the Ravens, he was okay.
Yeah. I don't know what Ray Lou did to him. Yeah. I don't know if he knew his family or something like that, or he took his lunch, or maybe I don't know if he bullied him in high school or something.
Well, he went to Ohio State, so what do you expect?
Yeah. Well, keep it up. Nicest running back in the league, just went to Ohio State.
Okay, so with 3 minutes and 11 seconds to go, Los Osos, this is right here. I will ask you this. It's 3rd and 6.
Yes.
If you don't get this, do you go for it because the ball is at midfield, or do you punt it?
I think you punt it here, Coach B.
Yes. Great. What a play. Hamill keeps the ball. Oh, what a play pass.
And he caught it.
What a catch. That was close. I'll ask you, how close was he to getting over the line of scrimmage?
Very close, but again, heady play by Hamill, knowing the situation, saying, hey, you know what, I don't even want to put my team in a 4th down.
Yes.
There's a guy open through. I mean, my goodness, what a great play by Hamill. And again, shows why Coach Davis has the faith in him to lead this football team tonight.
That was a great play. He faked the handoff to Starks, and it was a bootleg, but it was a pass option.
Exactly.
So if the DB commits to you, you go over the top with a quick pass, and he hit number 15, and that's for Etiwanda. Great play. He's in the shotgun again, and he hands the ball to Starks. Wow, they are loaded in on Starks, and Starks picked up about 3 or 4 yards.
Well, at this point in time, they know they're going to run. Right now, you want to kill clock. So at this point in time, Osos looks like they used their final timeout.
That's got to be their last timeout of the night.
Yeah, the final timeout there is used. And so at this point, you're going to put everybody, matter of fact, if you could move a truck over there, you put him on the line right now if you could, because right now Etiwanda's going to be running the football and try to knock this clock out.
So with 2 minutes and 33 seconds to go, it's 2nd and 8. If Etiwanda can get 1 first down, the game is pretty much over, because then you can go into victory formation.
Without a doubt, exactly right. At this point, a timeout, a first down is synonymous with game over.
And when you look at it, this is a critical game for Etiwanda. They started the season with a win over their rival, which was Summit High School.
Yes.
The battle for the 15th, the 3rd year they did it. Etiwanda, this is the first time Coach Davis has got a win against Summit. So they started the year off at 1-0, and then they lost to a game that could have won against Redlands East Valley, 59-55, and then Centennial. Oaks Hills, that was a loss, 31-14. And then Santiago, another game that they could have won. So
yeah, and Coach Davis spoke about that briefly.
And Hamill hands the ball off to Starks. And Starks has got an edge. He's got an angle. He's dancing. Ooh, he took a big shot. It looks like depending on the spot, it looks like they may get the first, and they gave them the first. So with 2 minutes and 27 seconds to
go,
do it. They may need to just run a couple of plays, but I think that might be it.
Oh yeah, you can run you run one play right here, and that's it.
Yes.
Really good game. Well done, coached up by Coach Davis and staff tonight. Again, a great night honoring.
It looks like Etiwanda's going to escape out of here.
Yes, they are.
And there you go. Starks hands the ball off, and Starks. Wow. That looked like a horse collar. Yep, they threw the flag
on that.
That was a horse collar. You cannot tackle a man by his collar.
Oh, yeah. Glad to see nobody's hurt on that.
For safety issues, you cannot. That's the one thing when you think about this. because they play on turf now, so you don't have to worry about your foot getting stuck like you would in grass or dirt.
Exactly. And which is one of the reasons why they do that, to protect the kids from getting hurt.
Right.
Reason being, Coach B, these kids are bigger, faster.
Right.
The workout regimen is completely different. You just work on specific things now. So you have to prepare for things like that, and they're doing a good job.
And you were saying something about honoring.
Again tonight, honoring touchdowns against cancer. As I mentioned to you, it's a great thing that they're doing here tonight at Eagle Stadium, and it will be taking place next week as well.
There you go. So now you're looking at 1st and 10. The ball is now spotted at, it looks like they threw the flag. So that's going to put them inside of the
foul.
Yeah. So we'll see on this play if Coach Davis, if he'll just take a knee or if he'll try to score.
Well, 2 minutes, you figure, you don't even have to kick a field goal here.
Right. So you got Hamill in the shotgun. The ball is now spotted at the 10-yard line. So
I wonder, do you score here?
Hamill kept the ball. I don't know if you're going to score here. I don't know in the high school. I guess I should do my research. I don't know what the play clock is in high school. I don't think it's 40 seconds.
No, I was just wondering, for Coach Davis, do you say, hey, go in there and score it for us, or do you just try to?
Or do you just try to get it going with 1 minute and 29 seconds to go? The score of 34-27.
Exactly.
And the clock is running, and you can look now. Coach Davis is looking on the sidelines. He may even take a delay of game at some point.
Yeah.
I don't think. Coach Davis is a man with.
You're not going to score.
Right. And if they do, it'll just be one of those things where it just happens. And it looks like it's just going to happen because Starks maybe.
And it's going to be a holding, though.
Oh, wow.
They're going to call holding on the outside, so no touchdown.
Right. So that's going to be called. That's going to become. And the thing about that is when there's a defensive penalty, you'll replay the down, but it kills the clock.
Exactly.
Or it stops the clock.
Stops the clock, which is not good for the offense.
No, it's not. And, just looking out there on the field, I'm looking at all the linemen. And there's just one man that is head and above shoulders of everybody else, and that's number 70. He's just taller than everybody out there.
And again, he's been a guest on the show, fine young man. Has he made that commitment yet?
Yeah, Washington State.
Okay.
Yeah, and his brother 2 years ago was in our All-Star game, the Inland Valley Classic. His dad was the head coach of Etiwanda's girls basketball team when he retired. Last year was his last year coaching. And he retired. So, he's just a dad this year. And Etiwanda goes into the victory formation with 1 minute and 1 second to go. Hamill takes a knee. Was that a muff snap?
And, oh, my goodness. And they're trying to say that the Grizzlies have the football, which could be huge.
Let's see what the call is. Did Etiwanda keep it?
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like they kept it. Okay, Etiwanda kept it.
And there's coaches on the field, so
at 40, they're fired up. Los Osos is fired up. You got to get off the field, coach. Don't get a flag or anything thrown on you. So with 32 seconds to go, they are. Indeed, they are. I would be as well because it looks like the Los Osos kids were saying they got the ball. But
it depends on the way and how and what happened in terms of getting the ball.
Right.
It looks like this is going to wrap up tonight, Coach B, right here.
Yeah, with 17 seconds to go. I will say it, and I'll say it again. Etiwanda is lucky they escaped out of here with a victory tonight. Any final thoughts?
Coach B, I tell you what, this is a game that you want to hang your hat on because it's tough. But moreover, first game in the baseline league, and you got to be excited about this. And, again, to do it in this fashion, a heck of a game. But, again, Etiwanda comes out with the victory, 34-27.
And I would say Etiwanda, a great win, a much-needed win. After a 4-game losing streak, Etiwanda was able to pull out this victory tonight to go to a record of 2-4. And that's going to drop Los Osos to a record of 3-3. But, like I said, so when you look at last year with them going 1-9, Los Osos is real.
There's no question. I mean, if you're there, you're excited about the future. You're clearly going in the right direction.
Right.
And so, when you're there at a school, especially if you're the players, that's all you want to see. Is the culture changing? Is it changing into a winning culture? And I think that's painfully evident tonight.
I agree. So we want to thank you all for listening. We want to thank Greg Holler back at home base in Riverside, back at the Fox Sports 1350 studios for taking care of us and making sure we sound warm and crispy.
And speaking of back at the studio, make sure you tune in and check us out tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock, Fox Sports 1350 IE Sports.
Absolutely. Along with my co-host, Eternal, I am Coach B, saying so long from Etiwanda Eagles Stadium in Rancho Cucamonga, reminding you tonight's final score was Etiwanda 34, Rancho Cucamonga Los Osos 27.
You are tuned into the new home for IE Sportsnet every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. with Coach B.
And Eternal. When it comes to Inland Empire sports, the conversation starts and stops here.
On Fox Sports Radio 1350 a.m. IE Sportsnet every Saturday morning, 8 a.m.